Hello, hello. Let me let everyone in. Hi, Julie again. Hi, Mason.
Hello, how are
All
you?
right. Who's here? Hi, Jill. Nice to see you all. Tamara, Jackie, Elizabeth, and Barbara again. Some of you guys I saw in the morning. That's when I say again. All right. Let me admit, I need to get in on my other computer as well. So give me a sec. All right, I'm in there again. Hi, Moni. All right. Hey, Christy. So Christy, you can't access the Mac. I can't hear you. You're hiding. You're muted. I mean, not hiding, but
No, I cannot get in. And when I go to the pipeline, I don't have access, or I don't get your emails for that class in pipeline either.
oh, so maybe you're not registered.
I don't
That's all I
think,
can think of.
because I can get the Mac one, everything.
Yeah, so you must not be registered. Did you make sure you completed your
But
registration?
how did I get in right now? Oh,
Oh, because you have the link that I've given it to you once. Sometimes people say I'm going to register after, so I give them the link. But if you're
no,
not
I
yet,
did register. I actually went to the Wake Center and they helped me.
well, let me check
So I
right
don't know
now.
how they missed that.
And I can tell you if you're in my class or not. Because that's the only. So, Powell. No, you're not in, and you're in the dropped section. So you've been dropped, and I don't know if.
Oh, because I missed the last session, so that's why I tried to get into the recording.
I did some drops the other day, and either I didn't find your name in the rosters, but that would have been for all the classes, or maybe I clicked on the wrong
I
person.
missed one class. I think. I thought
And
it,
let people in. Well, you know what? You have to re-register. Sorry.
but I
I
have
can
you
show you
now.
how to register. What?
I have you now.
You're in the class. You're in the class because I let you in with the link, but you're
I see.
not
I see.
registered. You won't get files, nor will you get emails from me. So here's a CRM. Hang in there during break or after class, and I'll show you. You can sign up online really easy. I worked some people through it before. It's very easy. Share your screen, and I'll help you sign up online. Okay.
So should I stop right now or stick up?
No, it's okay.
Oh,
Stay.
okay.
But
Okay.
after
Yeah.
class, let's
Okay.
get you registered, okay?
Thank you.
That way you can access the stuff and the files.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Let me see. Meanwhile, some people have been showing up. Hi, Rebecca. I have some long-termers here from the morning. Jill, I think I'd already seen you. Hi, Tamara, I think I'd seen you guys. And someone, okay, Yolanda and Les came in. Hi, guys. Hello, hello. All right. So Julie is joining us today. She's in my Mac classes, and she's she's been in them a lot of time. She's very comfy, but she doesn't have an iPhone. And so she didn't know that this class might apply to her as well. But Tamara, for example, has an Android. And who else? There's like three of you guys. Was it Mason has an Android. And I think there's one more. There were three people with Androids.
Oh, I have an iPhone, but I have a PC.
Oh, you're the other way around. You have a PC computer and an iPhone. Okay. And Tamara? Yeah, you have iPhone. So you guys are the opposite. You have iPhones, but PC computers. Okay, you're the opposite of her. All right. It still works. So today in the Mac level 1 class, I'm teaching people how to organize their files. And I'm just telling you that this applies to all of you. So I'm telling you something that might apply to everyone. And one of the things I'm having them do is organize their files that might be all over the computer, or they might be on the desktop or in places they shouldn't be. I'm teaching them where to put them and how to put them. But a lot of people have a lot of photo files on their computers that aren't in the Photos app. And so when you have them all over the place, you don't get to see them or enjoy them. They're in folders somewhere. You might know exactly where they are, or you might not even know, but you have them everywhere. You can't like see them organizing, do anything with them. And so I was showing Julie how to put some of those photos from her computer into the Photos app, which she's never used. And that is what I showed you all you guys the first couple of weeks, how to import the photos from the different places. But I just want to, I'm pretty sure that if you haven't taken a file organization class, which is my Mac level 1, that you all, even though you're here and you're organizing your photos in the Photos app, that you probably still have some hidden pictures hanging around. Oh, I'm noticing that the other app, the other computer isn't on. You probably have some hidden pictures in different places and different files. So later I'm going to take her a little bit to the Pictures app to imports to show her how to bring in things again. And if anyone has anything left on their computers and doesn't know how to check, I can have you share your screen and I'll show you how to check the old pictures folder where people tended to have old files. So those of you who used your computer in the times when you had to put them in and label a folder with the name of the day and the time, if you have those kind of files, then that's kind of what I'm going to show Julie. So prepare for that, but I'm going to do it a little bit later. Right now, I'm just going to first, well, Julie has her hand up. A couple of you have a hand up. Anyone else who has any questions about anything of what we've been doing today? We're going to be really focusing on creating our own organization, our own folders. We've been doing a lot of working with all the organization within the app itself, like what does the app do for you? And now we're going to go to what can I do beyond what the app does for me? But also you had homework. And thanks everyone. Please go to the chat, by the way, and say, give me a little greeting. And who remembers the homework, guys? You had some homework. And what was that?
Oh, take it.
Yeah, go for it. Tell me.
Okay. Oh,
Well,
taking a photo of pano, portrait, photo, video, slow-mo,
Yeah.
time lapse.
So I was going to have everyone use their phones, iPhones or Androids, and take photos of the different types of photos that are available to be taken through the Photos app, right? Through the camera, through the phone, I mean. And they have things like panorama or videos or I'm sorry, my mind is on letting people in and my brain isn't completely. Anyway, let me actually, I'm opening my app on the other, let me hold on. I'm opening it on the other computer.
burst.
There you go. So yeah, so burst was something that I showed you how to do that was independent to different photos. And I also showed you how to do screenshots. Okay. So hopefully everything has been mentioning and including screenshots and bursts. Hopefully you've all done that. And if you haven't, guess what you're going to do during break today? You're going to run out to your to your porch, your balcony, your window, or even inside your house, and you're going to take a couple. It doesn't need to be good photos. It's just practicing the type of photo, because then why did I ask you to do it? By the way, hi, a lot of people are joining. So let me say hi, Bob. And Bob, can you add your name? Hi, Moni. Oh, Moni was in her second computer. Who else showed up? Robin. Hi, Robin. And hi, Lynn. Okay. No, Lynn was, someone says Lynn's iPad. Who's that? Is someone's second computer or is it? I'm looking at people's. If so, I need your last name. If it's your whoever is on that one, I'm looking at the, hold on, I need to look at the roster so that I can know and see what's happening. Anyway, I don't
That's
know.
me. That's Ling Sam.
Okay, so can you add or here, I'll add it. Rename you to oh, I'm on the wrong computer. Hold on. I have two keyboards and now and then I'll write Sam like SAM, right?
Yes.
There we go. And then Yolanda, I'll rename you. And Bob, can you rename yourself or should I
Yeah,
rename you?
you can do it. I'm having internet problems in my neighborhood, so
Oh, sorry to hear that. Okay,
yeah.
most of you have been renamed. Okay. So, all right. So the reason, and then before I ask questions and answer, because if the question I'm asking right now truly doesn't apply to you, the question that I'm answering, I see two hands, truly doesn't apply to you, and you haven't done your homework, run off in a couple of seconds, take the photo of your lamp. I don't care what, but use the different types of photos that your camera can take, because I want us to be able to go up and open media types. And all of these for you will show up only if you have a photo of that kind. If you took a slow-mo, if you took a time lapse, if you did a pano, it'll show. Otherwise, this just won't be there. The choice will not exist. So in order to see some of these, you need to take a photo. As I said, I don't care if it's good or bad, just attempt one so that then you have these choices and you can see what it's all about. You can work on getting a good one later. All right. So that's it for what you need to do if you haven't done your homework and if you're waiting around while I'm answering questions. And I just see you there, Heidi and Thomas. Hi, you guys. All right. Julie, yeah, what's your question?
You were going to be sure that I didn't transfer my pictures this morning to the iCloud so I don't get charged. And you said to ask you.
Yeah. So open up your system. Are you system settings or preferences? What's your operating system?
Settings.
Okay. So I'm going to share my settings. So Julie does not pay for the iCloud, and this might apply for a few of others of you guys. And we kind of did all of this later. Julie, you can watch the recordings from the beginning where the second day I spent the entire day dealing with these questions about the iCloud or not. But anyway, what I forgot to say, or I don't know if I forgot to say it, but it's possible that you choose to not have your photos in the cloud, which is what she's choosing. And maybe you'll change your mind after you see what's possible, but that's a choice you can make later. For now, head over to your name and head over to the cloud. And this place where it says photos, you need to turn this off so that your photos don't transfer to the cloud.
So
Okay.
where it says sync this Mac, I just make that gray.
Just make it gray, say off or whatever the choice
Okay.
is.
And then done. Okay.
Done. And now the photos are not going to the cloud. And then you can decide based on everything else that you see and want and hear if it's something you want to do. But yeah, there you go. Now you'll use the photos that are in your computer. You'll put in your Photos app, and then you can decide other photos that you take with your phone or wherever else you take your photos. You can, when you bring them into your Mac, you can keep organizing them this way. All right, Elizabeth.
Could I ask a backup on that? The ones
Yeah.
I did this morning, then they're not in the cloud now. So I'm not going to.
Depending, sometimes they stay in the cloud and not in the, open your Photos app and see if they're still there. It takes a little bit of time and you're on Zoom, so keep it open and you'll see whether they stay or not. And if not, we'll bring them in because we didn't delete them from your computer, still in your computer, so you're fine. Later, when I'm done with questions, I'll lead you into importing the rest of your photos so you can then be in the thing. Elizabeth?
Okay, last week I said that I have I'm working on a PC now, so I don't have exactly the same configuration that you have. I
Okay,
have
you were the third person, yeah. Camera,
things
Mace.
called pictures. And I open those up. Those pictures are pictures that are old that I took with a camera and downloaded from the camera to my computer. And they're all in folders according to dates or vacations.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
would think I should just leave them where they are.
Yes and no. I
don't need them on my phone. They're old.
Well, here's the thing. If they're old to the point that you don't care about them anymore, then fine. A lot of people treasure old photos because it's something that you want to remember.
Yeah, I don't want to lose them.
But if you don't want to lose them, exactly the same thing that's happening with Julie and what I just mentioned, a bunch of others you might have with these old photos that it never occurred to you. Like right now in the iCloud, you have all the photos that maybe you started taking with your phone, but you might not notice that if you had old photos from before, you can import them and have them be part of it. And at the beginning of iLife, I kind of showed you how to do that, but that was very beginning, and a lot of people were still intimidated by the whole program, and so
Right.
you might have not done that. So now I'm going to show you one more time how to import photos. And this is the chance for you all to go in and find the photos that you have loose in your computer and bring them in. If you don't want to, don't, period. But if you
Well,
bring them in, then at some point you go, oh, Aunt Rosie, I have, she passed away 10 years ago and I need a photo of Aunt Rosie for any reason. Oh, guess what? She was on that trip with me. There it is, because it's all there, right? And yeah, otherwise you would have to go into your files, find your pictures, look for the folders. What trip was she on? I don't know. Kind of start looking at open 20 folders and then, oh, there's a photo, all numbered, all little numbers, right? And so you have to open every single one of those to see which one might be Aunt Rosie. Here, you just look at the photo, right? And there's Aunt Rosie. So anyway, it's up to
well,
you. If you don't want to bring them in, don't. But if you do, I'm going to show you how to, and it's your choice. If you,
well,
and
my
remember,
question
if you
is,
don't want them in there anymore, you can just delete them from your Photos app again. And
does this take up room on the iCloud? That, does the iCloud get filled up?
um,
What am I
it,
paying
it does
99
take up room on the
cents?
cloud, yes, but yeah, and that's a good point. But it doesn't, I mean, depending on how much you're paying, you probably still have a lot of space on the cloud. I don't know. Remember that you could check the space on your cloud. Once again oh, you're on a PC right now. So you have to check
Well, I have an iPad and an iPhone.
yeah, you have to check the space on your cloud on your phone or on your iPad. And so if you are very near to the end of your space, then that might be an issue. So here, I'm gonna remind all you guys, I'm gonna open the iPhone because I don't have the iPad here, but it's the same place. Elizabeth, I'm gonna share my iPhone right now. And how to check on your phone what space you have or not in the cloud, you would go to the settings app, iPad or iPhone, go to the settings app. Sorry, I was on something else. And then go again into the name. Your name is at the top of the settings app. And then there's the iCloud. You click on the iCloud and up here, it'll show you how much space you have. So I am paying $1 a month, 99 cents a month, and I get 50 gigabytes of space, of which I've only used 13.
Okay, that's what I pay is 99 cents.
So do you have a lot of space left here? How much have you
I don't
used
know.
it?
I'm gonna look.
Yeah, so check. And if you see that you have used 45 of 50, then yeah, you're getting to the place where if you put a lot more photos, you might need to go up to
Find myself.
the next one up, which is I believe $2.99. Is it? Drawing a blank here. Change the orange plan, and the next one is $2.99 per month. So basically $3 a month. And that'll give you 4 times as much space as 50. It'll give you 200 gigabytes, okay? So
How far down is?
that's like, what's that? So, sorry, I'm looking at something here. So it's up to you to decide if when, guys, when everyone check your cloud space, which some of you might have not done it yet. And then when you're done, depending on how much it is that space that you have left, if you're still doing only $1 a month, then like $12 a year, you might need to go up to the next one, which is $3 a month. So like, but $35 a year. So if that is an amount that's worth it for you, with 200 gigabytes, you should have space for like just about, bazillions of photos. So if $35 a year is like, that's just not comfortable for me, don't do it. If $35 a year is like, oh yeah, I spend that on, a lunch out, then put them on the cloud, mainly because then you don't lose your photos if something happens to your computer or your phone, right? So either $12 a year for $1 a month, for 50 gigabytes or $35 a year if you get 200 gigabytes. That covers everyone's needs. My 200 gigabytes I'm sharing with all my entire family. So for $35 a year, everyone in my family has their stuff in the cloud, and it's just a second.
Diane, for me, it's $9.99 a month for 2 gigabytes.
Okay, so sorry,
That's Barbara.
okay, and we had gone to yours last time.
No,
and-
I just thought I'd tell you there's an option in between the 35 and the 99 cents.
No, 35 is a year. That's $2.99 a
Oh.
month.
Oh, I don't have 35 a year. Okay.
It doesn't say 35 a year. It's $2.99 a month. I just calculated it in the top of my head. What is it exactly? Let me see. Let me get a calculator. What's
Oh, no worries. I pay
36.
$9.99 a month.
99 times 12, 35.88, basically $36 a year. You can't pay for a year. You pay by month. That way you can choose to go up or down, but every month you would pay $3, which is equivalent. Think about it as $3 a month. Can I spend that on having my photos safe? Yeah. No, your choice. I'm not saying yes or no for you. Okay. That's what it would cost you to have the stuff on the cloud. All right. Thomas, you seem, what were you wearing? Maybe not worth. I'm trying to renew the Adobe Suite. Yeah, first of all, yeah, I can't deal with that right now, but yes, you're a student. Doesn't matter if you're a Zoom student. Your ID is your pipeline email address. So it's your username at pipeline.sbcc.edu. Okay? Thomas? Got that? So that is what proves you're a student. You're in a class, no matter that on
Okay.
your line or in person.
Yes,
that
I put that in, but they seem to be saying I need to show them something else, to prove I'm a student. I don't think I have anything else.
That's how you prove you're a student, by having all of the paperwork you do with them through
Okay.
pipeline. Like if you ever put your Gmail or AOL or any other email, they think you're a private person. The whole transaction has to happen and they need to communicate with you and you with him, and your account is your account name
Okay.
is your pipeline email address. The whole thing has to be within the school, and then you're a student. So
Okay, I'll
it
try
could be
again.
that
Thank
at
you.
some point you might have chosen personal or something like that, and then it becomes an issue. So talk to me about that in the Adobe classes.
Okay.
Oh, no more questions that I can see in the chat. Here, no, okay. I think everyone in the chat, there's no other questions. All right.
I do.
Elizabeth. Yeah, and I'm looking at the chat.
Somehow, I don't have iCloud on my settings.
On your phone?
No, I've got airplane mode, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth.
Hold on,
cellular.
hold on. No. Yeah, you're walking. Let me share my screen. It's above. Okay. Give me a second while my phone shares. It always takes a little bit longer. Here we go. So you're looking down here, Wi-Fi.
Oh, okay, I want what
Right
my name
above
is.
is your name.
Yeah,
So
okay.
click on your name, and that's when you go into that.
Okay, all right, I got
You
it.
go into the iCloud, that's where you see how much space you have left. So how much do you have?
Oh, just a second.
All of this started with
Oh,
that.
I have 3.37.
Of 50, like,
7.37.
so what does it read? It says 7.37 of 50. What is it? Read me the whole thing. Is it what you have left or what you have used? Elizabeth,
It doesn't tell me, it just says 7.4 gigabytes.
up here, look at my screen. Up here next to iCloud.
I don't.
Does it have this number?
No, I don't have that. Just a second.
Okay, so when you went back from Apple ID, Elizabeth, look up at my screen. When you got in here, did you click on this iCloud?
I did. I
Okay,
thought I did.
and so when you come up here at the top, you don't have a bar like this one?
No, I don't. I have iCloud Drive, keep your files in sync with iCloud.
Okay, so you don't see the photos?
I've got managed storage.
Okay, manage storage. So right above, can you, maybe you're like that? You want to scroll down? Like you might be like that and you need to pull down because this is at the very, if you see manage
If I
storage,
hold this by my camera, can you see that?
let me stop my share because it's too small. And the problem when people pull those blurs is that the phone doesn't share itself.
Oh, yeah, that's,
Hold on. Let me
Oh.
just make you big. 1 second. I need to make you big and then do that again. Let's see if I can distinguish it. It's blurry. Guys, the thing, no, it's okay. This blur thing is
how
made,
do I get rid of that
it's
thing?
made to track a face. And so when you put the phone in there, the computer's going, it's not a face, so it doesn't show it to me. You can go down to where you have the video choice, where you mute and mute yourself next to you on the video. Next to the mute and mute, there's a video. And you can just go to, you probably have blur my background selected. And then you have to go unselect the blur my background. See, like right now, if you look at me now, I just blurred my background in one of my choices.
Oh, yeah.
Now I'm gonna select the little arrow next to the video and there's a check mark next to blur my background. When I uncheck it, my background is not blurred. Then when you put the camera to the thing, I will see your phone because right now it gets
What I have is that palm tree. I'd like to get rid of that.
yeah, so go to your video icon and click on this teensy little arrow that's right next to it on the right. Do you see that? It's next to where you mute and unmute yourself on audio. Right next to it, there's a little video camera. Do you see that? Just say yes or no, because I need.
No, I don't, am I still in settings?
No. You're talking about Zoom.
Oh, but wait a second.
You said that.
Somehow I got to manage my storage. Well, mine's almost used up then. I have 43.9 gigabytes of 50 used.
All right, so there you go. That's your answer. You're paying $1 a month. You're at 43 out of 50. Yeah, you know, at this point, you can last a while longer with photos that you take. But if you begin to add, say, 2,000 photos, it might begin, I don't know what it would take. It would take quite a bit to get to the point where it's too full. And then you need to move up to the $2.99 tier, which is, as I said, $3 a month. $3 a month times 12, it's $36 a year. And if that's still okay, then just do that and you'll get 4 times as much. You'll get 200 gigabytes. If
Yeah.
that's like, it's not worth it, then definitely don't put any more photos in there. All right, Nicholas. Let me remove the spotlight. Yes, Nick. You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I must have a hell of a lot of photographs and videos because I have 453 gigabytes used of 2 terabytes.
Yeah. So mainly, do you take a lot of videos?
I do, and I often use the motion display, you know, where it has these little bursts, you know,
Burst mode, yeah.
loop and bounce, and I have a lot of fun with
All
that.
yeah.
And I
So-
do videos, yeah, but that's I just wanted to check if that's insane. I pay $9.99 a month.
Yeah, so it's rare, but some people, once you go above 200 gigabytes, then yeah, you might need to pay $9.99 a month. So we're beginning to talk a bit more real money. But if it's worth it for you to save all of that material, and it's what you want, then yeah, that's what you need to pay. It jumps from $3 a month to $10 a month. And $10 a month at this point would be, you know, $120 a year, which again, for some people it's peanuts, and for people it's like, no, that's crazy. I don't know, depending on where you are. If it's peanuts, go for it. If it's crazy, then look at your stuff and decide, well, maybe I don't need all these, whatever. It's mainly the videos. And so you can go in, if you begin deleting videos, it goes down fast. If you delete photos, it goes down a teensy little bit because it takes thousands of photos to be equivalent to one video. Okay?
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, I think I'm going to call videos. I don't know if I'm going to get below 200, but I still have too many videos, and I don't, you know, watch them much. Well, I have you. Can I ask you a question? You can tell me it's going to come later, but I want to ask you real quick. There are, you know, pictures that I have in my library that I'm very familiar with, in a sense, And then there'll be times when I'm doing something else and I'll see photographs I haven't seen in years and years that just kind of come out of nowhere. Sometimes I'll change the what do you call it, the screen face of my phone, and you know, because I get a new picture every time I turn the phone on.
Yeah.
Where are these pictures coming from, since I haven't seen them forever?
They're coming from your stuff, because that, you know, from your stuff that's old. So if I go to my library,
No.
if I go back to years, I have photos here from way back that, yeah, I haven't opened that for years. And if I suddenly go to 2008 and I go look at this photo, the phone, when you're in the phone, when you have these in your iCloud and your phone is synced to the cloud and you have the same photos, then it it offers up photos. When you turn on your phone, like on that first screen, it shows you photos like back in time, and it just shows you a photo that
Yeah.
might be good or bad, but it's from something that could be happened 2 years ago or 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And you just look at it. And this is my kids are now, this guy is 17. So look
Right.
at how old this photo is. And
Right.
this appeared on my phone the other day, and it was like, oh, that's adorable. But you know, it just goes back and picks from all those bazillions of
Yeah.
photos. As I said,
Yeah.
this library isn't my real library, so I only have 800 photos in here. This
Uh-huh.
is just photos that I put in here to teach with, but in my real one, see, even then 800 photos, look at how many photos it has. Do I look at them every day? No.
Yeah.
But you can see here at the very end, it says 817 photos. So in my real library, I have bazillions of photos. And yeah, I certainly have not looked at them every day. And that's why you get surprised. That's where they come from. You know, they come from the
Right,
way back there.
right. And I don't look for them. But like you say, when you sync your phone up or you change it to the wallpaper changes, you know, randomly, they just
Yeah.
come from God
Yeah,
knows.
I mean, you can choose that. You can do it on your computer too. On my computer, I have it set to randomly show me photos on my computer's wallpaper from my Photos app. You can do that on your phone as well. And that's probably what you have set up. So it
That's it.
randomly goes in there and just pops up photos. You can, if you don't like that, you can change that. But if you like that, then that's where it's coming from. It's from photos that you have in there that you just haven't had it, you know, haven't
I'll
looked
look
at in
at
a long time.
forever. No, I like it. I like being surprised. Yeah.
It's fun. I like it. My husband does that a lot more than me. And every now he'll say, oh, look, and he'll show me a photo of the kids having ice cream or whatever. And I'm like, oh, we both kind of go, oh, for a while. And then we continue with our lives. It's just a little moment of cuteness in our day, right? But is it necessary? I don't know. But is it cute? Yeah, it truly is. Um, I mean, after all, why do you have your photos if not to see them, right? And sometimes we don't go in and see
I
them.
like the surprises, and I'll see an old photograph of a family or a friend. Often I'll just text it off to them, going, "Look what I found," and it's
What I
keeps.
found here. Oh my God, my friends who had a fire in their house, all of us friends, it was during the tea fire, it was quite a while, but all of us friends went into all of our photos and histories and stuff, and every photo we can find of them, we sent them. And I think someone in this class said something similar to that. Was it this class? One of you guys? Was it Tamara? Who said that? Christy. Yeah, Christy. She had that happen to her. She lost all their photos. She had a fire, and that's when you reminded me about the my friends in the tea house fire. And then people are sending you photos now where you appeared, right? You said
Yeah, right.
to kind of, if you want, rebuild it. And so if I was Christy's friend, I can just go back here into people and pets,
Yeah. Yeah.
identify Christy in one of them, say search, and I might come up with 200 photos I can send her.
Right. Gotcha.
Versus if I've been her friends for 20 years, going through all my photos one by one to find her would have been like, whoa. But if I just search with that, boom, I just found 200 to send her, right? So yeah, Christy, you need to send your friends to this class so they know how to find photos of you so that you can have them back. All right. Okay, so now this is media types. Okay. And oh, hold on. I was something I was going to show you. The first thing you said, you had two questions, and I was about to deal with the first one, and then you switched to this next one. And so then I answered the next one, but you had said something first. You kind of said, wait, I have another question. And now I forgot. I was going to show you something about the first one. Nope. Does anyone remember what you talked about first? 'Cause the second one was your $9.99. Oh, videos. Okay, I remember now what I was gonna show you, videos.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So here's what I'm gonna show you. Everyone open your media types, because this is what we're doing first today, and then we're gonna go to albums and make our own stuff. But in media types, if you click on videos, anything that your phone recognizes as a video appears over here. And what you said is that you have a ton of videos.
Yeah.
So let me just say that one of the good things about this is that you notice that I see how long they are, right?
Yeah.
2
Yeah.
seconds, 3 minutes and 2 seconds, 59 seconds. So anyone who takes a video, I highly recommend shooting short, letting go of the finger, shooting another short bit, letting go of your finger. If you take a 10-minute video, that's like 10 million photos worth, I'm exaggerating, but it's ridiculous amounts of photos.
Right.
So if you do short ones and then you go of those 10 minutes of activity, really it was 2 minutes that mattered. The other 10 were just fluff. You can delete the other 9, right? It's
Right.
easy. Other than that, the last day of this class, we'll be talking all videos, and all videos is going to be dealing with, that's precisely what we're gonna be dealing with is movies and videos, and that's where you're going to be able to see. So we're like 1, 2, 3, 4 more classes we have. So August 8th, if we get to it sooner, we might start on August 7th. Why do I say 7 or 8? It can't be 7 or 8. No, I'm saying 7 or 8 is sorry, Argentinians, we say the days wrong, and I still, years of being here. That's 7 or 8 is July or so. July 30th is the next to last class, and August 6th is the last class. So August 6th, for sure, will be all about video. If I get around to it sooner and start on the 7th day of class, which is July 30th, we'll start that day, and we'll learn how to trim them and edit them and do them and put them together into a story of many videos. But you'll learn that if you have a video that's a 10-minute video, you can trim it to the 5 minutes that matter, or to the 2 minutes that matter, or to the 30 seconds that mattered. Then you'll be able to lighten stuff up without necessarily throwing the whole thing away. But if it's truly a whole thing that you don't need, then yeah, just get rid of it.
Can you do a 15-second hello, goodbye?
Okay, give me 1 second, you guys. Someone from Germany is visiting, and I need to give a quick little 1 second.
Bye.
All right, sorry about that. We have a person for Germany who was staying with us a month ago who just dropped by to drop something off, and he's moving off today to Ecuador. So I had to say goodbye. That's all. All right. So here we are under videos. Over here at the top, it'll say how many videos you have. So in my case, it says 61
Are you
videos.
screen sharing?
Yeah,
I don't see it.
I'm gonna stop and start again. There you go. That's my videos. Do you see
No,
me now?
don't see it.
Okay, stop my share. Move your stuff around a little bit so that you can
Okay.
recognize which one's yours. And then I'll share one more time. Now I'm sharing again. Hopefully, if not, go down to your dock and do a right click and say show all windows, and hopefully my window pops up. Okay, so what's happening here right now is that all types of videos are in this place. And I have 61 videos, but remember that I said that slow-mos were also videos, or time lapses were also videos. So over here, it shows me that I have 2 time lapses and 4 slow-mos. But since they are videos, you would also see them up here under videos. Because it's these 4 down here that I just took slow-mo, okay? So videos encompasses all videos, including slow-mos and time lapses. So just want to say that. Now, remember that this was part of your homework to do some of these. So hopefully you all have some of them. And if not, remember, during break or whenever it's time, please do them. So this is panorama. And here's panos that I've taken in the past. And this is from this trip. Okay, Chicago Union Station. And there you go. These are all panos. I don't see the panos under any other of these. The only other place to find the panos would be just in my general library and hoping I remember when I took a pano. And if I have thousands of photos, I don't remember where I took a panorama. So again, organizing for me, these things are things that help me then. It's a video, it's a panorama, it's a portrait. You just go straight here to find that thing and you go, no, it was a pano. Oh, and this is the one I'm looking for that I wanted to show you. And I do that and I can show it to you. I might have not remembered when or where, because if I remembered where, I could have gone to places. If I remembered when, I could have gone to the time and say what month and what year. If I remembered a person that was in it, I could have looked for people. But in reality, the easiest thing is it's a pano. Okay, then look for it under here. So these are made to help you just be able to keep finding things more easily.
Are you screen sharing?
Yes, I am.
I don't see it.
Okay, so maybe you need to hit escape and move some things around.
I did.
Turn
Mhm.
everything else off, because yes, I'm sharing. And when it's tiny like this, you might confuse yours with me, but I'm showing panoramas of arches. I'm sure that if you go to panoramas and see arches, then it's mine. If you don't see arches, then it's yours. And yeah. Go to the zoom icon on the dock, right click and choose show all windows. And that's the best I can think of right now for having you show me. You might have minimized it or something. I don't know. Anyway. All right. So any questions about these choices? How many of you took a type of photography that you hadn't had done before? Like how many of you did a time lapse, or it don't matter which, or a burst or a slow-mo or something that you would have not done and that you didn't have before? Give me a yes. Elizabeth, remember that the thumbs up disappears. So give me, if you can change it to a yes. So I'm seeing 3 of you guys. So hopefully 4, 5. Okay. So hopefully you're pushing yourself to do something. And if you'd already have one of each, and that's why you didn't do any more, that's fine. But remember that there's a whole variety of stuff of what you can do here. Now, some of these is just good to find them. Others, there's a reason why you would have chosen, say, portrait instead of something else, because when you do portrait mode, when you go edit a portrait mode, and I know I haven't taught you edit yet, we're going to get in there. I'm going to do albums and then editing, but say I'm going to edit this photo. Portrait mode allows me to then adjust the how do you call it? The blur factor that I've made in this photo. So that's one of the things that can happen. Now, a lot of those features I'm about to show you happen only if you have Ventura or Sonoma. Okay. Other than that, you don't necessarily get that. Okay. One last thing before we go into albums. Let's all head back to library and all photos so that we have all our stuff that we have. And then do you remember how to turn this little info box on and off? You can do Command or Control I, which is info in the Mac, all over the Mac, or you can click on this little I right there. And it shows you this little window, which then when you select something, it gives you the time, the day, where it was taken, how it was taken, and so on and so forth. And this was in Pittsburgh. This is from this summer from my bike trip. And it tells me exactly May 28th, et cetera, et cetera. So this is the little info window. If I didn't have the info window, clicking on it again, it goes away. Then I don't have any info on this photo, right? It's like, So there's one more thing you can do to get info about this photo other than this little window. And I find it really useful. So let me show you. I'm going to go up. I have to share my entire screen. So I want everyone to do this. And this will help us inform us as for the next step, which is all of the albums that we're going to do. We're going to go up, make sure that you have your photos selected. And when I mean selected, remember this, if I click on the down on the background right now, whoops, that goes gray. And if it's gray and I look next to the apple, it says Finder, I do not have under view what I'm looking for. So you need to click and make sure that you're in your Photos app, anywhere in your Photos app, and you see these three little colors, and this is in black. Then when you go to view, these are choices for your Photos app. It should say Photos next to the apple. All right. So we head over to view. And this is something that we're going to have to do like 5 times. Go to view metadata. And some of you have taken this class before, you already have these turned on. If so, just wait. But people who've never taken this class, when you go to view metadata, you'll see that there's only maybe one check mark over here in this choice or not. So what I want us to do is I want to click on each one. I'm going to click on titles. And when I click on titles, look at that. Suddenly all the titles of these photos appeared in the bottom of them. You see how now I have the titles, which in most cases happens to be just the file name, but sometimes I've already titled it something important, like, wedding or whatever it is. I go up to view again, and I go back to metadata, and the check mark means I'm seen. Now I'm going to click on keywords. And I'm going to turn that one on. And keywords is something that if you haven't used it yet, you won't see it. But look at these photos that have keywords. See this little tag right there that's appearing for me in the photo right there? It's like a price tag. That means that this photo has a keyword. I'll be teaching you about keywords if you don't know about them. But keywords and albums are the 2 most important ways of organizing our stuff ourselves. Up until now, we've doing all the organizing that the Apple does for me. And now we're beginning to work on organizations that I do. Like I choose photos to put together. And one of them is with keywords. So if I have this metadata with a keyword turned off, there's nothing there indicating that this photo has a keyword. Versus if I view metadata and the keyword is turned on, those photos that have keywords will have this little tag on them. And those that don't will not. Okay. Then back to metadata. And then I'm going to click on the word edited. And again, this photo, for example, has been edited, meaning I've already done some to this photo. So
Yeah.
these 3 little.
Diana, I'm having trouble with my screen. I can't get back into what you're doing.
Okay, give me 1 second while I show everyone, and then I'm going to
Yes.
stop and have you share your
Just-
screen.
I can't. Thank you.
Hold on. So any photo that might have already been edited by me at some point or another, and I'd have to find some that have been edited, but this one right here, I can see, and it's hard to see because it's in the middle of his hair, but there it is. That little icon right there means that it's edited. That means that I have keywords. That means that I've given him a name, right? So there's just a whole bunch of things that I now know about this photo more. Then I'm going to go up to view metadata and turn on file type. I'm going to go to view metadata, turn on reference. I'm going to go to view metadata and turn on location. So basically I want check marks on everything. And then location, now it's showing me one more pin tag, which is this little location tab. It's like the pin tabs that you put onto a map. Here's another one. So this one has a location tag and a keyword. It hasn't been edited. So that stuff that just showed up, if you haven't done any of that yet, you've turned them on and yet nothing has changed, right? Because you haven't yet put on keywords, you haven't yet edited any photos, you have that kind of stuff. But most of you should have location, as long as your iPhone has the settings for location turned on. Then when you take a picture, that picture has a record of where it was taken. Okay. And if I click on the info window, it actually shows me where that was taken. Okay. So that's what that thing is. If I click on this window, then it just shows me, it's hard because this one's on blue, but it says that it has information. And when I turn on that information, then it shows me exactly where that it was, when it was taken, and all of that kind of stuff. So then this one is an addition to that, but this one tells me that there's a keyword. In this case, the keyword, and I'm going to show you later, this Berkeley is something I wrote. That's it. That's an example of a keyword. All right. But first we're going to do albums, then we're going to do keywords. All right. I see a lot of hands up. So I'm going to help you with that. And Molly, though, you had spoken up. I said I'd help
Yeah,
you. Could you share
yeah.
your screen, please, so I can
Share it.
try to show you? Okay. So yeah, you've lost, your window is so tiny that you've lost all the stuff on the side. So your media types window, your photos window, spread it out to the right. Click on it and make it wider, to the right or to the left. I don't care. Wider, not move it,
Oh,
just
not of it.
enlarge it.
Enlarge it.
To select that window and make it wider there you go. Now you have
Okay.
sidebar. You lost your sidebar. Okay.
Okay.
So now you can see, go click on like videos, for example, on the left side, on the sidebar that just popped in, that gray. Yeah.
Yeah, video. Here
Right
it is.
there, click on videos. Now your videos have information about place over there. I can see this one has a little place marker on top. You already have all yours turned on. You probably did it in another class. But what you were missing is your window was so tiny that the whole sidebar had disappeared. So now you can go back up to the library.
Okay.
Library, and when you
Oh.
click on library,
Whew.
then at the top you get your all photos. Okay, and now
Yeah.
you see all your
More
photos again.
photos.
So I would make this bigger and larger, down and up. Like I would make it bigger, so that you can have more of a chance to see everything you need to see and find.
Yeah, but
Okay.
then I block you out if you're
Well,
screen sharing.
maybe not make it this big for now, because when I'm sharing, but maybe make it, but don't make it so small. When you go, when you make it thin, right? When you try that again, go to the right corner or left side, I don't know, make it thin, and you'll see there's a point where the sidebar disappears, right?
Yeah.
Go to the left and keep going.
Yeah.
No, keep going. Make it, I want everyone to remember this. Go to the side of your window like you just did and make it smaller. Go, you were just doing it. Keep going and do
Yeah,
it.
could I do
Yeah,
it
but I
this-
want to show you, I want everyone to see it happen. So I want you to do it. There, you make it as you move it in. It's not about smaller, it's
There
there.
it is. There it
See how
is.
there the sidebar
There
disappeared?
it is.
Now
Yes.
make it bigger. If you pull it down longer, it still won't appear. It's about thinner, skinnier. That's when it disappears. You can have it
Yeah.
long and still see a lot of your photos. And then
Mhm,
see on the right side, you don't
mhm.
need to necessarily have it wide. You can have it just long. So you can go
Okay.
right now and go a little bit higher up. Yeah, a little bit higher. Now you're moving it up. Okay. But if you put your mouse a tiny bit higher till the mouse tip touches the edge of the, nope, don't click and drag. Just move your mouse up to the edge. No.
To
Move.
the edge.
Hold on.
To the
Like
edge.
1/8 of an inch above the edge of the Photos app, like a bit higher up. No, you're clicking and dragging. Loosen up the, yeah, there, loosen. Okay, now go to the very top, right there, right at the edge of this. Yeah. Now down a little bit down. Yeah, click on that. There, oh, there. When it just, you almost had it. When it gets into double-headed arrow, you're passing it. Go back up, right there. When you see the double-headed arrow.
Oh, you're talking about the
There.
arrow. Oh, I know about the
Double-headed arrow. Yeah, click. Now
I know
drag
about
up.
the
Now drag up.
up. You want up?
Yes, up. Now
Oh,
you're making it taller. Right? Before you were going to the corner and it was doing it both times, but now if you go thin, then you don't see. So now you can go to the very bottom over here, right? Down here, you see where I'm pointing? Yeah. So now go down to the very bottom, and when you have, not the edge, you're right, put it over here. Like not on that, yeah. Like on the corner, on the edge, down a little bit more to the white, down a bit more to the edge. Down to the edge of the app, right there. Yes, down. There, two-headed arrow, click, drag down. There you go. So now you can see more of your photos without necessarily having to go so wide, and then you can still see me on the side. Okay, so I recommend everyone, many times you guys share and you have like 3 photos that you see. And your whole point is to see your photos. Make it as big as you can. And then when you're not sharing with me, you can spread it out all over the window and you'll see a ton more photos and it'll be much easier to navigate. Okay, I'm going to stop your share. Maysan?
Yes, I don't have like a computer to see that functionality, like view all that, and I only have phone. So is that on the phone that eyes include all the information you just show us to include it?
Yeah. So I've shown it before. I forget. Remind me when I don't show it. So I'm going to go to the Photos app on your phone and then say that I want to find the information of this photo, right? You put your finger in the middle of the photo and just not, well, sorry, that's the pull up. And that's all of the information.
Right.
Tuesday,
Right.
May, Apple, when, space it was taken. Okay. So
Mhm.
that's how you get the info on a phone. You
Okay.
take it and you pull up, and that's where you get all of the same stuff that's in the info window.
But then
Okay.
in the computer, you go to view and then you say metadata. And
Yeah.
then,
Here here, if you go to these 3 little dots,
right.
shows you how to adjust stuff and whatever, but you can't see. I mean, there is a slight limit. Maybe on the iPad you have a way, but here's my info window. See the little eye for info? You either pull up to see it or you click on the eye for info right there and it's the same thing. And then you turn it off. If you don't like pulling up, then click on the info. But yeah, and that's one of the slight differences
Different.
is
Okay.
that you don't have that facility, right?
Yeah, don't have that functionality too.
But you can do, so I'm going to back out and you go into the albums. And here you have exactly the same stuff we've been doing. In the albums, there's my videos, my selfies, my panoramas. I click on the panorama, there's all my photos. Okay. So that's where you'd see. But that little tiny icon that I'm showing you now, that's a computer functionality. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, good.
There's not much that it doesn't do the same, but that's one of them. We're going to do keywords and I don't do keywords on the phone either. I'm going to do, is there a way to do keywords on the phone? Suddenly I'm curious. Because as we move higher up in OS operating systems, keywords, photos on an iPhone. Let's see. You can find adding keywords to photos in iOS.
Unknown caller.
Well, you can yeah, you can use a search. So basically, if I've added keywords on the computer, then I can search for them on the phone, but you can't add keywords on the phone. So that's the answer from the search that I just did. All right. You don't even know what keywords are right now, so doesn't matter. I will show you in a little bit. Yeah, Moni?
Okay, so my question is, I generally, when I'm sharing photos of the kids, I don't have them labeled and I don't say the location.
Yeah.
I
agree.
So my question is, if I do that for my own use to be able to sort within, is there an easy way to take that off if I'm sharing it with someone else?
When you share a file, first of all, if you want to take a location out of something, so say I select this and I don't want this to have a location, like this one, if I click on it, it tells me that it has a location placed to it, right? And when I read it tells me Santa Barbara Riviera. This was at a county bowl, the Santa Barbara County Bowl. So if I don't want that, when you go over here to I have to share my entire screen because at the very top, let me share my whole screen. Renew. I try not to share my whole screen because I know it gets bigger on your guys' windows, but sometimes I need to show you what's in there. So when I select this photo and I want to go up to image adjust location, I can say hide location. Okay, so I can select this thing and say hide location. So this photo was taken. This photo here is from something that I did on the board at the Wake Center. So there's the map. Selmer, oh wait, continuing ed, Santa Barbara, California. If I don't want that to be on it, I would go image, location, hide location. And now when I go to the info, there's no location for that photo. That little icon has disappeared, but it's not gone. I could go back, location, and revert to original location. So now it does show me that again. So it's not like done, it's just hiding.
So
But
if I,
I know, but hold on. That's just seeing it. I'm not talking about share yet. That's just if here, if I want to hide or view my location, I can do that. Now, the original question was if I want to share this photo with someone. And so when I go, I select this photo and I go share. Remember the little upwards arrow, big box with upwards arrow, that's the share. When I do that and I share it, for example, if I'm going to text it or something, it'll ask if I want to share it with a metadata or not. Actually, when you email, it doesn't ask you that. It's when you text. I don't have the choice of, I don't have this computer that's my teaching connected to my phone because no one ever gave me a phone, you know, like a phone number. So if I tried to mail it, it doesn't ask me that question. It only lets me choose large size or small, but it doesn't ask me that. Hold on. The other day I was sharing it in a way that it asked you whether to strip it of its information, but I think it was in messages. Ah, I think I did it on my computer where I have, when you message it, it gives you the choice to delete this information from it. And I do not see right now because I can't share with my phone. I'm going to try it on my phone. And no, I know that on the phone, it doesn't strip it unless you ask it to. I did it the other day and now I can't figure it out. Maybe it was because it was my real computer. I'll search for that because there's a way to send this. And yes, for privacy issues and stuff, you want to send it without information. If I want everyone to know where this beautiful lake was, why hide it, right? There it is. Oregon, gorgeous lake. And I want to remember what lake, because I want to go back to it. This is cool because we went to so many lakes that trip. That was there. That's a cool way to have location. But yeah, if you have your photos of your kids at home, you don't want to share the home address and stuff like that, then you want to take it away. And I cannot remember right now why and how. Share without metadata photos Mac. I'm doing a search. This image location. How do I send photos without the metadata? Open the camera. Oh, so you have to do it from the camera app. Okay, so then you go and do this. You can say options. Okay, here it's telling me how to do it from my phone. Let me share. Okay, it looks like on the Mac, you basically have to change it from what I showed you, take it away from there. And so when you share, it's empty, like you hide it. And then it shares, hold on. On your phone, on the other hand, I'm trying to share my phone right now. On your phone, when you want to share, you have a choice, it would seem. And this is, so say I want to share this. I go up to this little, there to the little share thing. And there's a choice of options here. I hate when Oh, here, options. There's the options. And I'd tell it to do not put that information. So location include, yes or no. I turn this off. And then when I set this to share with you, it won't say where it was taken. Okay, so there. And it even says here, location not included versus before I had said not to that, then it says location is included. So you want to, in the moment of you share on the phone, that's when you turn the location off. But on the computer, you take it off from the image location that I showed you. Right here, image location. Well, you need to have something selected first, of course. So I'll select that image. My phone.
Diana?
Yeah.
I just sent a picture that had that info to myself and
Yeah.
it came stripped of the info.
The what in your computer or from your phone?
From computer, from my Mac account to my Gmail account.
Okay, good. And it came with
When I opened the picture in the Gmail, that
all
information.
that data
gone.
was not there. Yeah, cool. There you go. So test that, you guys. So on the computer, you have to hide it from there, and on the phone, you hide it from the moment you share it. And then all that info doesn't get sent to people.
But I didn't take anything off. It just did it. It didn't share the
From your computer?
yeah, from photos, I put it onto email and I emailed it from my Mac account to my
Okay.
Gmail account.
Then it's already stripped. Okay, that's really
And it
good.
was stripped.
So let me share this on my computer. I'm gonna go to mail and send it to my pipeline account. Yep, and test metadata. And I'm gonna say send. And then when I come here and it'll arrive in any minute, here's my, whenever it arrives, I'll check and see if that photo came or didn't come with the data. But I need to give it a second. Because it goes through the pipeline system. And if I go up to pipeline, of course, it'll show that it's not there. But I'm trying to see, since it's Mac to Mac, what I'm saying by pipeline is if I go into the school's pipeline, over here, it's one thing, but it goes into Google, which is what you said, Gmail. I want to see if it goes in from Mac to Mac, which is what this one is, to see if here it keeps the data or not. So I'll keep checking, and when it arrives, I'll let you know. Okay, so okay, so we've all turned all of our metadata by going up to metadata and turn them all on. So if you've all managed to turn, if you go to view metadata and see check marks on everything, let me clear your answers. Then everyone give me a yes. Hi, Honora. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining us. Give me a yes. And Honora, what I'm asking people to do is to go up here to their Photos app, go to view metadata, and all of these before had no check marks. It was off. And so when you click on them like that, and you just, all you need to do is click on them, that turns that on. Okay. So now if I go back, so you have to go back 5 times, you know, once for titles, one for keywords, one for edited. You need to go back and back until you have check marks on all of them. Okay. So that's what I want you to do. And I'm seeing mostly green marks, green check marks. Tamara, Moni, Molly, I don't see. Yeah, you had yours on. You had yours on. I saw your computer.
Yeah, okay.
Hey, son, you can't do that because it's,
Yeah.
you don't have,
I only have
yeah.
you
iPhone.
haven't,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. got-
So on it, it's not on an iPhone. Okay. So Honora, once you're able to do that, let me know. Otherwise, I'll give you a hand. Okay. So now the big thing that we're going to work for the rest of today is on albums. Okay. When I click on albums, suddenly I see a bunch of stuff in here. And that's because each one of these albums is showing itself here too. So textures is there, textures is here. Making movies is there, making movies is there. If you have no albums, you show nothing, you show empty. So we're going to talk about these albums and how and when. But this is the point where if you have more photos to bring in from your computer, this would be a good time. Now, this I demoed, I think last week or the week before. So once again, Julie, if you can watch a few of the plus recordings, but this was photos that were in my computer, right? And that I brought in the entire folder. And so the folder stayed, okay? And in this folder, when I click on it, I have all these photos that were in there. I had organized them on my computer, not here. So if I go to my Finder window, to my documents, here I had that folder called Nicely Organized Photos. I think since I was messing around with this stuff today in class, I had all photos. And yeah, I must have, today in class, I was teaching this kind of stuff, so I must have messed it up. So I had photos for the Photos app. There we go. And then I had photos for the Pictures folder and photos to organize. See, I deleted this today. I remember I deleted those in class. Photos from the Pictures folder, right? So if this is in my computer, which in your case, that's where yours are, then if I bring in this entire folder, which contains photos, then this entire folder will become an album right here. It'll say photos from the Pictures folder. And then if it says wedding of 2023, here it'll say wedding 2023. If it says trip to New York, here it'll say trip to New York. Like you can import into here the folders that already have the organization you've given them. Okay. So since you do already have a lot of photos with organization, we can do that. Anyone else who has photos in their Pictures folder, you might not know you have them there. So every single one of you guys now do this following my instructions. And you might be like, oh, I didn't know I had photos there, or, oh, nope, nothing there. Okay, so everyone. And let's head up to Photos, File, Import. And I'm going to wait there and I'm going to clear your feedback. And now I need everyone to give me a yes if you found the Photos, File, Import. Because until everyone's there, I don't want later saying, can you repeat that? Where did you do it? I want you all here now. I want yeses if you went to Photos, File, Import. Everyone, even if you think you don't have any, now we'll find out. Okay. Photos, File, Import. And those of you who are on a PC, you have your photos. There's also the PCs have a Pictures folder too. So, all right. Who's not answering? Jill, I think you just have an iPad, so you wouldn't be doing this. Betsy?
No, I have two. I have the laptop and the
Oh, you
iPad.
have the laptop too. Okay, then yes. Betsy, I don't see it. Oh, you said a yes now. Julie?
Well, I
Photos?
thought I did something here where I went photos, file,
Import. Okay, so then give me a yes. I'm just waiting to make sure everyone is at this step. I haven't imported anything yet. I'm just making you sure. Tamara, you can import from your PC as well. So Tamara, let me see. Yolanda, yeah. What's the question?
I don't know if I understood you. So I went to the photos and then I clicked to the file and then import and
That's it. If you're there, that's it. That's what I want to know.
I'm not
Now,
sure, I am not sure if I am on the right place
if
because
you said photos file import, that's good. I'm going to clear your answers and I'm going to continue. If you went photos file import, that's good. Because a lot of times I continue on and then I have to go all the way back to this point. This, when you're here, now let's click on import. Click on import. And now a Finder window opens up. And again, if you don't know about file organization and all of that, you might need to take some of my classes. But right now, I want you guys to just do this. Elizabeth?
Yeah, why don't I have all those photos, file, edit, image across the top of my screen? What have I done wrong?
You might not have photos selected. You might have your your desktop selected, and then you don't see that. So make sure you click on, you might have Zoom, whatever you have next to the apple has to say photos. So click on your app at some point, click on a photo. And when it says photos next to the apple, now you will see file import. Okay. But the photos app has to be selected. If you have like, maybe you have, you know, Safari or somewhere over there and it says Safari, or maybe it says Finder.
I just have photos and then library. Across the top, I've got years, months, days, all
No,
photos.
no. You're in a different place. You are here, years, month, days, all photos. I'm asking you to go way up to the top left of your screen where there's an apple. Apple icon, way up on top of the screen where you find it's possible that you have your screen like this and in full screen mode.
Yeah,
if
that's
you
what
do that, then you need to hit your escape key to get out of full screen mode. Then you'll see the apple up there.
What's the escape key?
Top left key on your keyboard, ESC, S for escape. The topmost leftmost key on your entire keyboard. That's your escape key. It gets you out of trouble a lot of times.
I don't have my keyboard. So wait.
You have a keyboard where you write.
I know, it's not shown.
The top, look at your keyboard and the top left key, look at my photos. Look up at my screen. That key on the top left of your keyboard, no matter if it's a laptop or a keyboard, it's always the ESC. Top row, leftmost. Above the one, above everything. That's the ESC. Every single keyboard, Mac, PC has the ESC for escape. Keep looking for that while I answer. Tamara? You're muted, I guess.
So I'm on a, what am I on? PC. I'm on a PC. And so should I be in iCloud's iPhotos.com or where?
Go to File, Import, same. And then when you're here, instead of this, you'll be seeing the equivalent. This is the Mac Finder. You'll be seeing the Windows Explorer.
So I just go to Files, Import. Okay.
Import.
File, Import. And then here you need to find any photos that you might or not have imported. Now, the way I have my computer set up right now, because I had it for the class before, I don't see here the pictures album. So if you see the pictures album here somewhere, click on pictures. For the PC, it's always there somewhere. For the Mac people, see how I don't see the word pictures anywhere, right? So if you don't see the pictures album, we need to first find the pictures album, and then we're going to do this. So read over here under the favorites. If the word pictures doesn't show up anywhere, then cancel. And first we're going to give you access to the pictures album. Oh, that's my break. So,
all right, let me look around a little bit and see if I can find out.
Yeah, and if not, you can share your screen. All right, so Rebecca?
I didn't open up in that window. I was in Photos, File,
Import,
and then I get a window that opens up with applications.
Yeah, so you're there, right? So then you could go down to documents or desktop or downloads. It's all possible choices.
No, that doesn't open no matter how big I make my window. It doesn't, I don't get that gray bar on the left.
Okay, so I'm going to cancel and share your screen because that is strange.
You hear?
Yeah.
It's
so you need to turn on your sidebars. Yeah.
Import, and it just comes to there.
Yeah. So on the left side, let me get you, yeah, you're missing your
Yeah, and
second. Give me a second. I'm going to say request remote control. You got a request remote control there. Can you say yes? Okay, now don't move your mouse anymore. And I'm gonna try to let's see if it works. Sometimes, are you getting something like a Zoom settings or preferences, permissions?
I did, and I approved it, and I can, there, you've got control.
Okay, I got control now. Is that me?
That's you.
Yeah, that's me. Okay, good. Show sidebar.
Ah, ta-da.
I just didn't know which one of these icons and I didn't know how to point it to it. So there you go. And now you have their stuff. And in your case, yeah, if you see, like right now, what I'm seeing here on her screen, on the left side, it says Rebecca Mac. So if you see the name of your Mac, that would be good. If you see Macintosh hard drive, that would work. Some people don't have any of those. Nor pictures, like I didn't have any of those. But for those of you who do see, for example, Macintosh hard drive. So I'm going to use your sample, keep it shared because I didn't have it. I was going to show you how to put it in there. But if you have it already, so we're still in file import, right? Then you can open up users. You can double click on users, or you can click on this little arrow to open up users. I'm going to double click so it only shows me Rebecca. And then you'll see your name. And then double click on Rebecca. And then here you'll see your pictures folder. Okay. So, oh my. You got some work to do here on cleaning up, Rebecca. You shouldn't you shouldn't have all of this stuff in there. Anyway, here's pictures. So when you double click pictures, and we already went through this with her in class about her 2 libraries, what you should see here is just your iPhotos library. But if you see anything else here, and a lot of people have a ton of files here, those are the files that I'm addressing. Okay. So let me go back to this. I'm going to hit escape. So you go file, import, and then over here on your left, look for either the Macintosh hard drive, or you might have your name like that. Ideally, it would say Macintosh hard drive, or for some of you, you actually have the word pictures. If none of that is showing, like in my case, I'll show you the way around. But once you get to Macintosh hard drive, your stuff will be under users, okay? So you can either double click or open up users, and then you'll find your name, the name of your computer. You double click and open that up. And this is where you should see the word pictures. We're not going to delete anything from here. We're just going to double click and see if there's anything else in the pictures folder. Hers is empty, so she doesn't have any more pictures to import from here. If that's you, you can go back to your documents folder, and this is file management, and maybe you have pictures in here that you need to import. You're welcome. Maybe you put in a whole folder here. Sorry. Maybe you put in a whole folder here that says photos to organize or whatever, then go bring them in from there. I'm going to stop your share, and I'm going to, I see other hands. Okay. And then I will answer a couple more questions, and then I'm gonna show you on my computer. If you didn't see your phone, the word pictures, or if you didn't see your Macintosh hard drive, then I'm gonna show you how to turn it on so that you do see it. Tamara, I think your hand was from before, right? So is your question been answered, or? Because you had the Windows Explorer. Do you want to share? And I'll show
Now
you?
I see pictures.
Okay. And are there pictures in there in the pictures folder?
Yeah, camera roll. Yeah.
Okay, so then that's the kind of stuff that we're going to bring in. So do you want to share your screen? Although it's a PC, so it's a bit different, but there's 3 people here with PCs, so this will apply to all of you guys on a PC. Tamara, and then I'll go with Julie, who has a Mac, and then I'll show you what to do on Julie's, because Julie has a Mac and she has pictures in her pictures folder.
Okay.
Okay, so now in here you have So this is the equivalent of the Finder, but on a PC. So you have a camera roll, right room, Maximus folder, mom's book, scans, screen books, or whatever. So double click on camera roll to see if you have any photos in there. Oh, folder is empty. Good. Nothing there. So now back up one.
This one.
Mom's book. Oh, lots of photos in here. Okay. So if these are photos that you want and you want to keep in your computer and you don't, maybe you already have them in your computer, but if you don't, if you now say yes, enter, all of these photos will come into your computer. Okay. So, and there's a ton of them.
Into my iCloud? Is that
Your
where
into your app.
they're gonna come
Yeah.
into my iCloud?
Yeah. But you have to first have said file import, and I don't see. Where's your photos? You weren't using, oh, you need to put them in the cloud. I'm sorry. You're on a PC. You never installed. Did you install the iCloud?
I have iCloud, yes.
Okay.
Here's my iCloud.
Okay. So then open up the photos. There we go. Double click on the photos app. And this is for PC people. Double click up here in there where it says photos. Yeah. Double click on that. Yeah. Okay. And it's so in here, you can, the easiest way would be to drag actually from one to the other. Otherwise, so you see at the very top right, let me put over here where you see this little plus sign. Do you see the circle? Yeah, that right here. Maybe you have the Zoom stuff in the way, but yeah, you probably aren't seeing it. I'm pointing to something there. Is it under
yeah.
your Zoom window? There, click on that plus sign. Okay, and now create new, oh, no, that isn't an import. Okay, so not that. Photos, libraries. The best thing is going to be just dragging them in then. Can you?
Yeah, I have some pictures on my desktop that I would like to drag into iCloud.
Yeah, so I'm going to minimize, don't move your mouse anymore. I'm going to minimize. I can't seem to be able to do the minimize for you. Here, I need you to click on that to minimize because I can't seem to be doing it right now on your screen. Maybe you're moving your mouse up there. I want you to, there we go. Oh. You have, when it's hard for me to help people is when everything is all open up. And so then it's hard to share. So hold on, let me undo this, the blue things that I clicked on. And now this whole thing, which got so tiny. Where's your mouse? Move your mouse off of where it is because it's hiding some stuff I need. Move your mouse somewhere else. Okay. So were you on Edge? Is that the browser that you're using?
Safari, right?
No, you can't use Safari. You're on a Mac. Is your browser? There it is. Okay. So this got so tiny. This is driving me crazy. I need this to be not so tiny. It's so tiny that you can't see inside of it. This is your browser went from filling your screen to being so tiny. Can you grab right here, the very corner of it? Let me show you where I'm saying right here what I'm talking about. Can you grab this little corner of this window and pull it? Yeah. Wait until it gets a double-headed arrow right there and pull it down. Now you can pull it to the right. Yeah, now pull it down and wait until it's got it there, double-headed arrow there. Now pull it down. Down, down, down. Click and drag down. You've got it in the right place. You just need to drag down. There. Okay, now we see some of your iCloud photos. Now what you can do is you can go down here and do the same thing. Like you grab any of these photos, you can grab them all at once. Don't move your mouse. Yeah, I'm having a hard time on your PC making mine move. So you click on, okay, I'm just gonna have to show you with annotations. You click on any of these photos that you want. and you drag him in here. But when you click on that, this is going to hide. So you need to make this one here that you have there much smaller. So again, you have to go onto this little thing to minimize that window. So you see what I'm saying? That there. Yeah. No, now smaller than again, that made it. Okay, now go to the, now that's fine. Now go to the edge. Ah, UPC people, everyone, go to the edge of this window right there, right? And grab it and make it smaller so that we can see this. And everyone else should be trying to organize their own picture. So see this there. Yes, keep going. Nice. That's exactly right. That's what you had to do. Just go smaller. Yes. Okay. So now you're seeing both. Not much, but yeah. Okay. Maybe a bit less, but there you go. Now you have two windows. Okay. So maybe you can open it up a little bit more, but yeah. And now what you can do is point to this picture, right? And then you can do select all 12 of them and just drag it and drop it in there. Yeah, there you go. Uploading one item. See that?
Okay, yeah.
Now that was slow and you did one picture. You make this open it bigger and then you can select everything you have in there. You can do command, you know, making it open it a little bit bigger so we see some photos so I can show you how to do it and then I'm going to stop. Yeah. So now go and select, for example, this top one. Click on it. Okay. Now hold down the shift key and click on this bottom one. Good. So when you do that, you click and drag all of those at once. So click on any of these and drag. Well, now you clicked on the white stuff. You need to click on the blue. So put the mouse on the blue area, not on the white. Yeah. And now you're bringing over 12 photos. Let go. You're uploading 12 items. Do you see that?
Very good. Yes, thank
Since
you.
I can't see everything you're actually downloading, it would be better if you were to put them all in a folder and then drag them all over one time. And then you have, 200 photos in there. But now you have 12 plus the one we brought before. You have 13 of these in there. Got it?
Okay, yes, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Okay. Phew. I know you guys have to go on break. Let me help Julie bring in her stuff, which applies to the Mac now. But what we just did with Tamara applies to everyone. Julie, can you share your screen?
Yes. And I can't find my name on the left-hand side. So hang on.
So then share your screen and I'll show everyone how to do this now. Okay. So guys, first of all, this is an example of over here on the left side, she doesn't see pictures and she doesn't see her name. You see that? That could be many of you guys. That's the example I was giving that I don't either. So let me show you how to do that. So now go up to go click on your desktop to access your Finder. So cancel out of this first. Hold on. Cancel out of your import window because we're going to first have to change. So go down at the bottom right over there. It says cancel. Yeah. So first we need to fix your Finder. Okay. Go to your Finder. Go open a Finder window. Okay. So everyone, she went to the dock. Her dock is on the right side, which is strange for Mac users, but you guys mostly have it on the bottom. Okay. Now with your mouse, go to, and this is Finder right there. And I'm pointing it out, yeah, to the Finder setting.
Hi, honey. Happy anniversary to you. Okay.
I think someone's watching videos with happy anniversary. Okay, do you see that Finder?
You that I love you very much. I don't know.
Finder, click on it. Finder settings. So everyone go to your Finder settings. Okay. Go to general.
Settings.
Okay. And now
sidebar.
Connected servers, new Finder, go to the sidebar. Yeah. Thank you. There we go. And now turn on this one that says Julie. Or yeah. So find the one that has your name. Like this one here has your name and that one has your name, either one or both. It doesn't matter for now. Okay. So guys, everyone needs to do this. Okay, so let me walk you through the steps again. I'm going to stop your share so I can do it myself so that everyone can see what I'm talking about. So I had her do it, and if that wasn't enough, then oh, I need to share my entire screen, sorry. Okay, so now I want you to go to your Finder, and everyone who is on a Mac, PC can't do this. Go to the Finder window, and if you've never done this or seen a Finder window, you go to this little farthest left side of your dock. There's a little smiley face that says, when you click on it one time, a window will open up. This is a Finder window. Okay, and over here on the left, I'm trying to find either the Macintosh hard drive or my Word or my name or the word pictures. And if any of that is not there, then I'm gonna go to Finder Settings. Finder Settings. So if your situation is different than mine or whatever, just keep going for now and then I'll do your question, but Finder Settings. And then here, if you are in sidebar already, that's good. If you're in general or tags, go to sidebar. And that's when I want you to turn on that where you see your name. In my case, it's SBCC teacher is my name. This is the school computer, so it has a boring name, but that's what it is. Click on the one that has your name. Okay. So that's what we need. Good. That's all we needed to do. On the Finder window, then this SBCC teacher is now showing up. And because of that, I can see my pictures window right there. There's pictures inside of SBCC teacher. I want anyone who followed this and found it, if you already had your name there and you see pictures, you're done. If you had Macintosh hard drive, which would be this choice, then you would have to go into your hard drive, then go into hard drive, then go to users, then go to teacher. So it takes much more time. So it's better if you find your name, but there's pictures. So now anyone who, I'm gonna undo this and stop my share. Anyone who needs help with this that I just did. Okay. If you need help with this. I see a couple of hands up that might have been other questions, but right now, if it's about this that I just did, how to see your pictures folder, that's what I want you to add your hands to the mix. Tell me, no, I can't see it. Okay. All right. So, Christy, your hand was up first.
I think I made some sort of boo-boo because I did see it before. Then I dragged pictures folder onto my desktop.
No. Did I say to do that?
Well, now I don't know how to put it back where it was.
All right, share your screen. Don't touch it. We're just.
And so when I open, and so wait, the question.
Share your screen. That way, any question I can actually answer. Share your screen first, you guys. Then I can answer.
Can't play my mouse. Okay.
Okay. All right. So yeah, the pictures folder
and here's pictures over here. And here is the question. Yeah. Why is my photo library under pictures?
Because that's exactly what it needs to be. Okay.
Well, that was my question.
So what you do not want ever is to have them in where you have them. So I'm going to have to, can you do undo? Let me see, file undo to see if it moves it back into the right place. Go up to edit or edit undo. Edit undo.
No, that's the wrong one.
Observe a quote. Okay. So this that you did right now is definitely, no. If you don't have it there, you don't have it there. Okay. So
there are photos in there.
Yeah. Stop. Don't even, this is what you did is kind of bad as far as like, I'm not trying to chastise you, bad as in moving your folders to the wrong place. Your library is messed up. So I need to fix this. So give me control of your screen because this is serious stuff that just happened. Say open system preferences. Now go over here to click the lock on the left side. It says, click the lock, put in your computer password.
Oh geez. That's what I,
The thing that you open your computer every day and
so
type
you want
just to get in.
unlock?
Yeah. Good. And now click on the word Zoom right there. You'll see it 2 or 3 down from your mouse. Down, down, down. The last choice, Zoom, click on the little checkbox next to Zoom. Cool. Good. Now, don't move your mouse anymore. Okay, please don't move your mouse because I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to close this because this is why it's kind of dangerous to show this thing to people because people end up doing things like that. The pictures folder is one of those folders that needs to stay in the Christy, you're in my intro to the Mac class, aren't you? Not intro to Mac level 1 class. Aren't you in my Mac level 1 class this morning on Monday? No,
I was in that class this morning.
you were, yeah, because you have all this stuff on your desktop, and that's what I am 100% teaching you to not do. So it's okay. It takes doing the class a few times to trust me, but trust me, you need to take all the stuff off your desktop. And the fact that your first instinct was to move the pictures folder to your desktop is because that is like an ingrained behavior. And that is actually what I'm trying to get. And I'm saying this not so much for you guys. I'm saying this mainly for everyone else who hasn't taken this class. You need to know how to handle the things on your computer. So I'm going to grab this desktop folder and you put the Christy Macintosh hard drive, users, Christy, and here's your pictures folder.
I think that must, oh, there it is.
Good. Great. So that's what this was. Okay. So trying to see why.
So can we just drag it right back?
Hold on. It's just that it does keep saying that it's there. I'm discovering. Guys, this is extra. So what you just did, you did a copy. Yeah. So this is an actual copy. You, by putting it on the documents folder, you've just done a double copy. This one stayed there because it needs to stay there. And this one is a copy. So this one, I'm going to.
Okay, because we can always take it back if we need to.
Yeah,
right?
but because you just created that duplicate, it wasn't needed, wasn't needed. Okay, so now if we go into your photos, so now, okay, guys, so this is what I was trying to get to the place where you get to the pictures folder. And I know it's hard to see, try to zoom in on her a bit. You can zoom in by going up to the view where you see that Christie's is sharing her screen. There's 3 little dots and you can go and zoom in to like 100% or something like that if you want to see better. But basically what I'm trying to show you here is that this file, the iPhotos library is not the iPhotos, the photos library, that one. Sorry, the photos library is the only one that you should have here. This one and maybe the iPhotos library. Everything else that's here, right here, doesn't need to be. So if you have a scanner, scans try to put themselves into this folder. But now that's in the past, right? No one should use this folder anymore. So if you ever try to get to these scans, you didn't even know where they were. And then you have only a few other photos and their PDFs and stuff like that. That might be what you need. If this is important to you, then you need to save them, put them in your document folder. But over here, I'm seeing, was it Kodak pictures? Does it say Kodak pictures? Ah, there's where they were. Photos from 2007, 2008, 2009. Okay. These are the pictures that if you want to see right now, let's open one up. All of these pictures, whatever these pictures are not in your, if they're not in your Photos app. Okay. So let me hit a space bar. This is the discovery we're doing, that picture. Okay. and I'm gonna bring it down. And any other pictures that you have in here is not in your Photos app. And that's probably thousands of photos or hundreds of photos. I have no idea. Because you have all those different,
I didn't know I had these on the computer.
yeah, that's why I told you guys, this is a discovery. This is an exploratory discovery of photos that you never even knew you had. A lot of people, because this folder of pictures is now hidden, and this is stuff that's old. See, 2007. It's like stuff that you didn't even know you had them, and if you did know, you've lost them. Now, if you never want them at all, because you don't care about photos from 2004 to 2007 or 2009, I don't know what you have here, then forget about it. But if not, what we're going to do is we're going to select this folder and we're going to import this whole thing so that you can organize them in your Photos app. And then you can delete them from here.
Well, I know for a fact that a lot of these I don't want in that Photos app. A
Okay.
lot of these were working projects, not really photos.
All right. So then if you want to just look at them to see them, take them out, put them right now in your documents folder, and then you can explore them and delete what you don't want. But don't leave anything in here. See, so I'm going to grab
Okay, we
this.
can't drag, can we drag Kodak pictures to
There.
the desktop?
That's it. No, I moved it into your documents folder because that's what you need to learn to do. Your documents folders where they need to be. All of this stuff, all of this, I would just grab it and drag it into your documents folder right now. I know that you've been resisting that, but I did that to your Kodak pictures. There they are. If you put them in the desktop, you're making your computer work worse and worse and worse. All the stuff that you have here is affecting the use of your computer. So if you want to, drag it to the desktop and work on it. That is nothing I want the rest of the class to learn though, because that's exactly what I'm teaching everyone not to do. But go for it. Drag it onto the desktop and check them from there. Okay. Now, if you have any other place here where you have photos that you might want to import, that's what we're going to do import of. But I see a lot of images and stuff. If any of that needs to go in, we can import there. I'm going to stop your share. And Yolanda, you're welcome to drag it out to the desktop if you want. Yolanda?
Yes, I think I'm lost. So follow your instructions by tapping on the finder that has a blue and white face and
share your screen. Guys, this was kind of advanced internal file stuff, and that's why it's kind of not funny. I should probably just have gone to albums, but I'm trying to get people to find those photos that they didn't know they had, right? So it's kind of, but since this is taking so long for everyone, let me
take a break.
Share your screen and I'll do it for you, because otherwise this is going to take forever. So give me a second here. Don't move your computer. Don't move your mouse anymore. I'm gonna close some stuff, cancel. There we go. Do we have anything else open right now? We're pretty good. Okay, so Finder window. Jolie, users, Jolie, pictures. Okay, you're good. In your pictures, this is what everyone should have. You should have your photos library. And those of you who started a long time ago would have the iPhoto. There's a little I in front of it. iPhoto library. This one's the old library. That's it. That's all you should have right now. Anything else that you have in here, you need to drag out. Or if it's photos, and a lot of you have photos in there, you need to put them in your Photos app. Okay, so you're good. You don't need to do anything anymore. You're fine. You don't need to import. Now, if you have pictures somewhere else that you want to bring in, right? That you want to, that you have a folder somewhere else of photos, that's what you would do. But I can't even begin to imagine where in your computer might have stuff. So I'm going to let you tell me, oh, there's a folder here of stuff. Okay, so I'm going to do that because it's really hard for me to help you guys in this case to file manage if you haven't like done file management. So if you need to find the files, I'll do it for you. All right. Elizabeth.
Yeah, just a second.
Thank you, Diana.
You're welcome.
I do not have that little blue face, and I don't have.
You're on a PC. Elizabeth, you're on a PC.
No,
I'm
I'm
talking
right now
about,
I'm on my iPad.
oh, iPad doesn't, yeah. iPad doesn't have that. This is only Mac computers, people with a Mac computer, okay?
Oh, that's why I don't
If
have
you have
it.
a PC computer, you have to go into your Windows Explorer. You know where your Windows Explorer is?
Oh, all right,
Oh,
I've got I've got you on my PC and I've got my photos on my iPad.
okay, so then if you don't have any photos on your PC, then this doesn't apply to you, but you might
I
want
do
to.
have photos on my PC.
Okay, so then everything I did for Tamara applies to you. You can like watch the recording later and do exactly what I did with Tamara. You have to open your iCloud photos in the cloud and drag them from your PC to the cloud. But I'm gonna pass on doing that right now because I need to keep helping people. But
How
go back,
about taking a
or I can help you.
taking a
after.
break? Take a break.
I know, hold on. I need to see what the questions are. If they're quick, I'll do them because when I come back, I want to move on to something else. And if they're not quick, I'll answer after the thing. Thank you. I know, Molly, you're trying to take care of me. I need
know.
to know what these things are. Heidi, what's your question?
You know, it's probably really quick. I have a folder in my pictures, you know, file that say photo library not on the cloud. And there's like 24. So I'm just wondering how they got in there. Was I emailed photos or we
I don't
don't
know. Since it's only 20, go ahead and just kind of hit select and hit the space bar to see what they are. And if they're
Yeah.
important, you can put them on the cloud. Maybe there's something that for some reason you or someone didn't want to share. I don't know. I wouldn't know why
Okay.
it's on the cloud. It's something created
Okay.
by you. So just select the link and hit your space bar and you'll get a preview of it and then see what 20 there. If they're important to you, drag them in. If they're not important to you, then get rid of them or whatever.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
Thank you.
Jill?
Just a quick question. What I'm hearing you say is that any folders that have pictures on them on my desktop, I should drag that over into documents. They should not be on the desktop. Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. That's where they should live, is in documents.
Yeah, photos and videos should not live on your desktop. In fact, nothing should, but in particular, photos and videos.
Because
You're
that
not,
slows down the works. Is that why?
yep. And you have an older computer, so for you, it's even more important. Are you in my Mac class? No.
No, I'm taking too many already.
Yeah. So definitely make a point in the fall of taking the Mac class, because if you have an old computer that's not working fast like yours is,
Yeah.
dealing with the file placement will really make a big difference in the functioning of your computer. Okay, good. I'm glad I answered those. Julie, share your screen. We'll finish the process with you and then we'll take a break, and then everyone else has to do what I'm doing with Julie if you have stuff in your pictures folder. Okay, so now go to your photos album. You can close this window that says Finder settings. You did it already. You can close your window. This one, you did it already. Close this window.
This one?
Yeah. And now let's be in your Photos app. And you know what? You've also lost your sidebar because it's too thin. So grab it and pull it. Oh, there. Okay. Now go to File Import at the very top. File way up by Apple.
Oh,
Photos, File, Import. Okay. And now go on the left side, click on the word Julie. Yeah. And now click on the word pictures. Okay. And this is where you have a ton of pictures. So
yeah.
either bring them all in, it'll be a bit of a mess to do that, but you can do that. Or you can click on Dan videos and import Dan videos. Then Kermit and Gus and bring in Kermit and Gus, like one by one. And that might be a little bit better than doing every single thing. But if you want to just save pictures and bring them in, then you're going to have folders within folders. You can do that.
So back up again, I'm sorry.
Okay. Either bring each folder in one by one.
Oh, I see. This whole thing, drag it into pictures?
No. Select one. Select that one.
Okay.
Okay. There's only one file in there. It's a signature. You probably don't want that one. Go down to Kermit and Gus, the next one down. All those pictures. Okay, so go to the bottom right where it says review for import. And now the important thing here is on the top. Wait. Don't do anything on the
I'm
top,
just gonna
right?
move this out.
Keep folders. Click on that thing that says keep folders. Good. And then import all new photos. All right, good.
Where'd
Go
they
back.
go? Over to
They came
imports?
in. Yeah, now go back to file import. You're gonna have to do that individually. File, import. And now backup one. You know how backup one, go over here to Kermit and Gus.
Yep,
Click on that.
on the file.
Yeah, and then go back to pictures. It's good. Now click on the next one, 2010 Christie, whatever. Click select it. It needs to be selected. Good. Now review for import. So we're basically here. No. Here, review for import.
Oh,
But now you want, yeah. Now keep folders. It's
Keep folders.
now import. All new photos above you. It might be easier for you to just bring them all in at once, because otherwise you're doing this. You're gonna have to do this each time for each one of the folders that you own. Back to file, import,
oh.
file, import.
Wasn't there a way I could have two Finder windows?
Select.
No, go back here, click pictures. Okay, so you know what? Let's do this. Since this is going to take you a long time, just let's bring in the entire pictures folder. So now forget it. We're going to bring them all at once. Go down here and click on review for import. We'll bring everything in at once. It's just one time be done. But the important thing, we want to keep folders right up here. That's the most important thing, so that you don't lose all your organization. Good. And now go to import all new items. Up. No. Above, keep new folder. Yeah, there. Okay. And now wait it out, because it's bringing every single thing in. And if you notice here on your left, it's got the folders that you had organized the first time. We brought 3 in a row, and then it got to be too many. So the rest are going to be all under pictures. So go over here and click on this little arrow here next to pictures. Here. Julie?
Yeah.
Yeah, click on this little arrow next to pictures. And these are all the folders that you had. This was your original organization, okay?
Okay.
I click on like family. And then you have, since you had folders within holders, then you have that. Yeah, open that. You had so many folders within folders that it brought it all in, because you didn't want to do one by one.
Yeah.
Put the mouse in, yeah, make that bit bigger. And there you go. Now go to, oh, that's the family tree maker. Yeah, go to personal photos. Close this one up. Let's go to some personal photos, because otherwise that's okay. Go to Olsen family, for example. Yeah. And now click on Olsen family.
I just have one, I guess.
Yeah, no, that's an album with Olsen families.
Okay.
Okay, now go to Kristen or dressage, anywhere down here.
Dressage. Okay.
Dressage, and now click on the album. This is what we would have avoided before had we not brought in all pictures, the double folder, but it's okay. You have them all there. You haven't lost your organization. There you go. So keep opening each one and you'll see, and all that
Now,
stuff.
if I want to delete any of these, do I just click one and drag?
You know what? Hold on. I can't teach you the 4 classes that we've already taught, so we'll talk later about that. For now, I brought them in, and then as we work on this, I'll teach you more about what you do or not do, delete or not delete. Yeah, you can do all of that. For now, the only thing I'm going to do is, if you feel comfortable with that, go back to your windows now, to your Finder window, and you can delete all those photos so that you don't have them twice, because now they're in here. All right.
Wait a minute.
Rebecca, is it a burning question that's a quick answer? Yes, otherwise we're going
You
to take.
said to delete it so I don't have duplicates in my Finder window?
Yeah, all the stuff that we just brought in, you can now delete, because it's all in your.
Do I have to highlight everything here?
Yeah. And then move everything to the trash. And then leave it there until you're sure that everything is good, and then you can empty your trash later. All right.
So this one, picture?
You're not sharing your screen anymore because I had moved on, so I don't see what you mean.
Oops.
Yeah, so now go to your Finder window, which is in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And then under pictures, double click on the word pictures. Just double click on the word pictures. Double click on the word pictures. Yeah, so now everything that's in here, we have just moved into your, every single thing here is in there. So you can do a Command A to select all. Command A.
Sorry, okay.
And now right click and move to trash, everything. Good.
Thank you.
Leave them there. And then we're gonna work with them inside of photos. When you're comfy, whatever, you can just empty your trash.
Photo
Uh,
apps need to put- okay.
oh, did you move the album itself?
No, it said something about quit.
Yeah. So hold on, because I want to make sure. Yeah, stop. You might have trashed the album itself. I wouldn't have thought it would have been in there, but you might have trashed this. So go ahead and open the Photos app. I think you might. Oh, no, don't open the Photos app. Open your trash. Open your trash. Okay. And then scroll up and down. I'm looking for a file called Photos Library. There, this one, Photos Library, sorry. This one, right click and say, put back. Right click and say, put back. There we go. Good. Now double click this and you can open your photos again and it should all be there. Let's just make sure. Yeah, good. So you're good now. Okay.
So
I'm gonna call for a break, Rachel. Sorry, not Rachel, Rebecca. I've called you Rachel so many times. And I mean Rebecca. I don't know why.
A lot of people call me Rachel.
Both pretty
Why?
names.
I mean, it's not even your name, but for some reason it keeps coming up. It's so weird. Okay, guys, 3:02. Break until 3:17 p.m. And it's pretty late. What time does this class finish? Shoot, I think we went so far.
3:45.
Yeah, so be back on time. Okay, how about we do 3:15? Let's actually do 3:15. Okay, be back by 3:15 on time because we have a lot to do again. Okay,
Thank you.
all right. See you guys.
Hey. Hey, what's up? Oh, oh. Oh God, I'm not bored. In the middle of a computer class and I really screwed something up. And so I'm just like, what?
Your audio's on.
Oh, wait, sorry. Oops, leave meeting. No. It's okay.
The far left.
Wait, what?
The
Something's
far
wrong.
left. Far left. You got it.
All right. Let's come on back. Come along back, me hearties. Come along back. Out.
My question was about duplicates, but I think I was checking my iPad and they're not duplicates.
Oh, they look like duplicates, yeah? They're
Yeah, because
similar.
I have some of the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, okay. So now, today was pretty technical up until now because I needed to set up the stuff. Now we're going to do more fun stuff if you want. And then after this, I'm going to have you guys do homework so that you have quite a bit. So basically everything we do today, pay attention. Look at the time. It's 3:16. So if you need help, go to the recordings. Okay. I'm pointing to the time only because if you go to the recordings, you can calculate from when the class started, right, until now, and advance to this time, and then review what we're going to do next so that your homework is to do a lot of what we're going to do next. And if you need help and need reminders of how to do what we're going to do next, then watch the recordings for that. All right. So, and Christy, don't forget at the end not to leave so I can help you re-sign up for the class. All right. So up until now, we had albums, we had, oh, not many people come in. We had, sorry, we didn't have, we had our photos, we have all the things that we've been doing. And then on the left side here, let me make this a little bit smaller so it's easier and less space. Mine takes less space up on yours. Okay. I'm looking over here so I can see you guys. There we go. All right. So here, when I click on my albums, it shows me a bunch of albums. Albums are the things that are directly full of photos. So textures, the making of film, 7 pictures, 40 pictures, 50 pictures, right? But these boxes here, these are folders. So this thing that says family over there, it's this folder that says family photos. this nicely organized, it's this folder that says nicely organized. So if you see a lot of this stuff, it's the folders that hold albums. Now, in the case of what just happened with Julie, that she had a whole bunch of folders and it was bringing one at a time would have been too much. So I just said, I'll bring them all in. She has folders within folders within folders. So I highly recommend, if you, a lot of you guys did that, you know, that you get rid of the external folder. So for example, this thing says example 2, that says example 2. I don't need both. I just need the folder, the album. So this is the album, that's the folder. So if these are family photos, and this is some file management, and this is just for people who have imported a lot of pre-existing stuff that gives you all these albums, grab this one that says example 1, example 1, nicely organized, nicely organized. The ones that are repeated like that, I'm going to grab it and drag it into the, if you want, main family photos. And then example 1, I can get rid of. Right click and delete that folder because it's empty now. Okay. Then example 1, they're all part of family photos, right? So I'm going to get example 1, drop it into family photos. And now I can get rid of example 1, which is just a folder that holds nothing there. Now it makes sense. These are family photos. And then when I say example 1, this could be a vacation 2, or this can be family name this and family name that under family photos. This is just to simplify things a little bit. Okay. Same with nicely organized photos. I don't need that photo. This is called nicely organized photos. So I can just take it out and drop it into just the main album and then get rid of nicely organized folders. Now, everything I just did is easier to understand if you have learned how to do file management, which is what I teach in Mac level 1. If this that I just did is like, okay, I have no idea what you're talking about. This is too complicated. Relax, don't worry. This only happened if you imported a whole bunch of folders that were already organized. If you did that, this is happening. If so, wait, learn how to deal with files and then come and do it later when it makes more sense to you. Everyone else who hasn't imported a whole bunch of photos, and what you have is a whole bunch of disorganized photos, from now on, everything else that we do will be creating our own from scratch. So there's not going to be this complicated setup of already existing family folders, okay? Or family folders within folders. That only happened because of the import to protect all the organization you already had. They put it in folders within folders. All right. As I said, if this all kind of went in one ear out the other and you're like, I'm so confused, just let it be then. Close that folder that has full of stuff and just forget them. Forget them until you get more comfy with file management, okay? And now we're going to start figuring out how to create our own ones of these albums. Okay, so first of all, I want to clarify that any photos that you have in albums can be in as many albums as you want. But you only have one photo and it doesn't get duplicated. So in the library, say that I have this photo of a flower. It's there one time. It's the one photo of that flower. But I could choose to put it in, and I'm inventing this because clear it's not a texture. I could put it and drag it into textures. I could drag it also into making movies. I could drag it into Southwest Trip. Obviously, I'm putting it in stuff that doesn't belong. I can put it into nicely organized photos. I haven't duplicated my photos by doing that at all. What I've done is that this happens to apply to all of them. So if I click on the album textures, there it is. If I click into making movies, there it is. If I click into Southwest Trip, there it is. And I put it in here too, and there it is. When would this happen? So for example, maybe someone is my sister and I have photos of family. She's also my sister, but she's also in photos of friends because maybe she appears in a lot of friend groups. Maybe she's my sister, but she also appears in a folder of Christmas celebration. And maybe because she's my sister, she also appears in the vacation that we all took in our family reunion. So I have 4 folders in which it applies that my sister's photo be in, but I'm not duplicating, triplicating, quadruplicating my photo. It's just one photo that exists here and everywhere else is just organizations of these photos. And so it just is pointing to this, and to this to appear there at times. But if I were to delete this photo, it would disappear from all four. This place, the library, and all photos. And remember, for those of you, Julie, for example, or anyone who missed the beginning photo, if all of this is a little bit, complicated or whatever, don't worry. Either you'll take the class again or you'll review the videos. So I can't go all the way to everything, but when you click on the very top library and here all photos, there and there, those two choices need to be made. This is every single photo that you own without the organization that you gave it. It's just in order of the date the photo was taken. Or if you corrected the date because it was a scan, you gave it a date, and it's the photo of the scan. So this photo just sits there in the fact that it was taken on the day, May 21st, 2024. So it's there and I can't move it into another place. I can't organize it here because this is just in order of taken, not of when I imported them or anything. It's just the day it was photographed. It's in the albums where we can create our own organization. I can say, well, I want this photo to appear in textures. I want it to appear in movies. Not only that, but I want it to be the first photo of the textures group. I want it to be the middle photo of the textures group. And I purposely put in a photo that's not textures, guys, so it would stand out to show you what I'm doing. But technically, I would have probably put in textures here. I'm going to make it be the next to last photo. So inside of albums that I am choosing to make, I can organize these any which way I want. The only place you can't organize them in is the main library because this is already sorted in order of arrival, so to say. Arrival to the world, existence. Date it was taken, not order of arrival into your computer. Date it was taken, date the camera took it. Okay. All right. So the fact that it appears in many places doesn't affect that one photo. So say that I look at this and go, oh no, this wasn't from the Southwest trip. What's it doing here? I made a mistake. I'm going to get rid of it from here. I'm going to right click and I'm going to remove this photo from the album. Okay? I'm not deleting the photo. I'm just saying, no, this doesn't apply. Like my sister wasn't there that Christmas, so I'll remove her from the Christmas album of 2023, okay? So I'm removing this photo. It's gone from the album, but it's still there in the library because this is the one that if I remove, it gets off from everything else. So if I right click and down here, it doesn't say remove album, it says delete one photo. If I delete this photo from here, delete from our devices, I'll say delete, and I'm not going to panic because I'm going to go recover it. Then it deleted from every one of the folders I put it into because the photo doesn't exist anymore. See how it's not there anywhere? But it's not that I deleted 4 photos. I deleted one photo. So it got pulled out of all the albums. As opposed to if I delete it from the albums, it doesn't matter. The photo is still there. Now, for those of you who, I'm not going to panic because I'm the recently deleted. There it is. No. Recover. I don't want to delete it. When I go back to the library, there it is again. But guess what? It doesn't put itself again. Oh, it did put itself again. Ah, this is new. It put itself again. Well, that is new. That is new. Before, when you recovered it, you had to kind of re-put it back in the albums. But look at that. It knew to put itself back in the albums that it had belonged to when I say recover. That's cool. That's very cool because if I had done it by mistake, so I recovered it from the deleted and there it is again. And in fact, I was going to say, now you need to drag it in again, but nope, you don't. I had taken it myself away from textures or which one? One of these I took it out here. I had taken it out of Southwest because I said it doesn't belong. So it's not here, but it's still everywhere else because that's where I had put it. Now it doesn't belong into textures either. So I'm going to right click and delete it from the photo album. So it's not there anymore. It's also not a making movies. So I'm going to right click and remove it from making movies. but I'm going to leave it in nicely organized photos. And it's still, as usual, always in my library. So that was just an example with one photo of pre-existing albums. Okay. So just so that you understand what albums are all about, they're not about making copies. So you don't need to worry. Oh, I don't want to have duplicates or triplicates, or this is nothing about duplicates or triplicates. This is the one and only photo. I happen to be able to see it organized in many different ways. If that's clear, I know that I'm going to start making albums now, but if that's clear, so you understand the function of albums, give me a yes. Oh, Elizabeth just arrived and I haven't let her in yet. Okay. So give me a yes if the explanation, not the doingness of it, but the explanation made sense to you. All right. I'm not seeing Honora, but I'm basically seeing answers from our net. There it is, Honora and Rebecca. Elizabeth just got in, so she doesn't know what I'm asking, so that's okay. Everyone else? Good. All right. So then how do we make these albums to organize, and why and when do we make them? Again, if I click on my albums, I'll see the albums like that. If I click on an album itself, I'll just see what's in the album. So on the word my albums, I'm seeing the albums, but over here, it's showing me that it has 50 photos and it's showing me that it has 6 photos or whatever. But other than that, to see each album, I have to click on it. Now, why would I make albums? In the past, and if you look at the photos that Julie had or Tamara, we had a couple of people who shared albums that they had on their computer. Christy, someone who said, no, I don't want these in my photos album. I don't know who it was. In the past, we had no way to organize our photos. So we would organize them by dates. Like that Kodak album somebody had, they were all divided in dates, right? Now, I venture to say that unless it was a particular wedding or maybe a Christmas or Easter, you know, those kind of dates, I venture to say that it would be very hard for you to look at a whole bunch of folders of dates and be able to find, where's that cute photo of the purple flower? I would have no idea of the date in which I took it. Does that make sense? So organizing by date is done for us in this app already. Under library, all photos, it's by dates. Over here, I see May 18th to July 24th as I scroll over from April 16th to May 17th, 2024. So if I'm looking something by date, because I know I took them on a certain day, because that day is someone's birthday, so it's an important day, then I can go by dates and I scroll down and I know that I'm near January 2024. You guys have been in here before, you know that you could also go to months or to years. And I go, okay, really quickly, it was in February. Then I double click and there you go. I'm in all the February ones. So there's much more to that. But this is already organized by dates. So organizing things by dates here makes no sense. It's already done for us. Okay. So I'm not going to organize by dates. How about I organize by photos of the trip I took to New York. All right. I would have to go here and find the photos of the trip to New York, which if I remember when, I could also probably jump to the year I went to New York. So that's already done for us. Or I already showed you, I could go to places and then I go over here to New York and I double click in New York and there's my pictures of New York. And I see that I have 18. I was like, I can keep moving up with this. And there's all the pictures of when I was in my New York trip. Here they are. So yeah, if I'm really looking for pictures of New York, you know, do I really need to make an album for it? Like if I'm looking for, oh, that day that I took the picture of the train station, sure, let me go over here because I knew that it was in New York, so I don't need to make an album for that. Okay, I keep discarding reasons to make albums. So as you see, location, over here we had photos in London. My family's in Argentina. Here's photos in Argentina. So by location makes no sense. Here I wrote Southwest Trip 2023. That begins to make more sense because if I've gone once in my life to New York, then by doing that, I'll find him. But what if I go to New York every year? Maybe your daughter lives in New York and you visit New York every year. So then finding photos by place isn't that helpful because you might have photos from 10 years ago, photos from this year in New York. Does that make sense? So then you go, okay, basically albums is a place where you put things that only your brain knows. That is not part of the metadata. So if the metadata is something that the computer can figure out, when it was taken, where it was taken, what time it was taken, so date, places, file name, all of that is easy to find. How about if you're looking for photos of your mom? If you've already organized your people, which I taught you before, then you just go over here. There's photos of your mom. So again, it would be weird to make a photo of my mom, of my child, of my husband. But I venture to say that when I go to photos of my husband or photos of my child, I probably have hundreds of photos. Do I like all hundreds of photos of my husband, all hundreds of photos of my child, however much I might adore my child? Do I want to see every single photo of my child, or do I want to have an album? The computer cannot distinguish which are the best photos of my child, the ones that I love, that I want to share, that I want to show, that I want to print. That's an album. Does that make sense? Okay. Does the computer know which are the best photos of my child? No, of course it does not. That is me. So now I'm going to make an album of the best photos of Joaquin. Does that make sense? Because that's my brain. So anything that can be done by them makes no sense. Now, if I go to the Southwest all the time, because every year I go to the Southwest, then it would be nice to make sure that these are the photos of the trip from 2023. And another photo of the photos of the Southwest from 2022. If the date matters to me. But if the date doesn't matter to me, then I can just put the best photos of the trip of the Southwest. It doesn't matter if one I took in the 2020, when I took in 2021, when I took in 2023, in which case I might write best of Southwest trips. Then I go to all my photos of the Southwest, and it doesn't matter anymore if it was 2023 or if it was 2024, right? In 2022, it's just the photos that I thought were the best from that trip. So if this was a photo of the Southwest and it's not there, I'll add it. And it's not, because this is from 2020 and it's the Southwest. This is true. This is Bryce and it's from 2020, but before I only had 2023. So I add it. See how I drop it? So that was a Southwest trip. This is Death Valley. I put it in there, but this is from 2020. So now when I go to Southwest trips, I only have the best of all my different Southwest trips, which seem to go from December 2019 to January 23, seems to be the photos that I put in here. Again, if I really wanted to remember the trip from 2023, that's a good album. But if I just wanted, hey, of all the trips I've taken there, which are the best ones, then again, something only I can separate. All right. Okay. So given that explanation, that the albums we make, for them to be useful, should be things that the computer can't figure out, then now let's go to your photos, and let's, right now, it doesn't matter if you pick the perfect photos for this, just go to your photos and we're going to make an album of something. So for example, oh, I have over here a whole bunch of pottery. Where was it? Here, I have a whole bunch of pottery. I don't want to make a folder with all this pottery. I want to make a folder of only the best photos, because I have them repeated again and again and again, right? So I'm going to make a photo that an album that has what I consider the best of these. And so if I have two of these, I'm going to click on one, hit the space bar and look at it. And then I'll look at the next one and I'll go, which one do I think is better? I mean, if both are good, I'll keep both, but is one better than the other? And I'll go, oh, I like this one, or I like this one, whichever one you choose, that's the one that's going to go into an album. So there's 3 different ways of making albums. Let's do the first one. I'm going to go to the word my albums. I'm going to go to this little plus sign. And I'm going to say, make album right there. So album. It's empty, but I had something selected. So already it assumed I wanted it in there. So I'm going to call this one pottery, which is a very generic. Since I had something selected, that came into it. Now, let me imagine that I had nothing selected. Now, see, that's not selected anymore. I clicked on the white spot. What if I made an album now with nothing selected? It gives me an empty album. And now I can say, a bike trip, 2024, for example. And see how there's nothing in it, so it doesn't have an image. It just kind of sits there. So now I go to the library and I go, okay, let me choose other good pottery. So I'm going to select from these three, I'll select that one. I'll drag it into pottery. And from these four, I think I prefer that one. And I'm, drag it into pottery. So by the time I'm done selecting, this is the handmade way to keep selecting. And then I go over here and then I choose, I don't know, I'm just inventing. Let me choose this one, this one. Okay, so now say that I exhaustively checked every single thing that's here and I am happy. I've made my choices. I'm going to drop it in each time. I go to pottery and those are the selection. Out of 50 photos of pottery, these are the 6 chosen, for example. Right? Does that make sense? The computer would have not known which is the best one. Bike trip, on the other hand, I made empty. Okay. So I'm going to go, and it's bike trip 2024. This is specific. So then I go to 2024 and I look at these photos. And again, that one is from the bike trip. So from here to here, all of these photos that I just selected. And how did I select all those? Is I went, click on the first one, hold down the shift key, click on the last one. Everything in between gets selected. If I want every single photo from my bike trip to go in there, I can do that. I just selected, it says here 33 selected, and I can drag and drop them in there 33 at a time. I don't need to go one at a time. Then I click on bike trip and there they are. I have isolated all these from the bike trip. I venture to say that in the real photos of this trip, I took hundreds. So I might want to put them all in there, but in reality, I know that on my bike trip, I have photos of the trip, but I also took photos of textures that then I use for something else. So maybe it makes no sense to have these photos in bike trip because the whole point I took these for is because of their textures. I just happened to be on a bike trip when I did it. Does that make sense? So unless it matters, they probably shouldn't be under bike trip. Maybe they should be under textures, right? So I can grab them and move them into textures, which is like, and then I can right click and remove from this album. I ideally would not have put them in there to begin with, but there we go. Same with flowers. Maybe I am a flower photographer and I already have an album for flowers. And if I don't, this is the third way to make albums now. I showed you one with one selection, one that was empty. Now I'm going to make a selection of all 3 of these photos. And guys, if you want to make photos that are not next to each other, so this is click, shift, click, it's everything next to each other. What if I want this one? What if I want skies? I have this sky, but I also have a sky there and a sky there. So I'm going to click that one, Command, and then I click this one. See how they're not together? Maybe this one is also about the sky. So that's 3 that are not together. Then I can go over here to the plus sign and I make an album, and this one I call it skies, for example. And there you go. All those 3 came in here. Now, of those skies, the Cleveland one should probably stay in bike trip because it says Cleveland, whatever. But this one, maybe I can now get rid of it and I can hit the delete key. I don't always have to be right click. I can just hit the delete key And I can hit this delete key, and I'm just moving it from the album bike trip because yeah, that doesn't make sense. But when I go back to my library, that sky is still there, right? And that sky is still there because I did not delete them from my entire set of photos. So now I can go to skies. And the skies is not from my trip. In my real album, I might have photos of skies from, the last 20 years. And I have a lot of skies that I use in my photography. And I have textures that I've taken from all over the world, and I have them in there. But this is specific to things from that bike trip. So I'm going to get rid of these flowers because they weren't really emblematic of the trip. Then I have some architectural photos that might be or not something I like to have in the trip. There was a gazillion amounts of Amish on that trip. So I'm taking, yeah, these are not photos. These are emblematic to me of having been on a train with Amish people. I don't need to have an album saying Amish, right? And they're not photos that I'm ever going to print. They're not great photos. They're just me like taking pictures. So I don't need to put them in the best photos, right? So anyway, that's how you choose things that the computer would not be able to choose. By now, with all the talk I've been having, hopefully you have, I had this 5 more minutes of class. By now, you should have made at least 2 to 3 albums with this explanation. And if you haven't found them yet, you can pre-make an album because you're going to want to put an album of all of the, say, Christmas or all of the trip you took in you went to Paris, or you might want to make a photo of, and you'll know that over here, it's not every photo of Paris or every photo of Southwest. If you made an album, it's because these are the 25 best pictures, the ones that you might want to show someone when they say, how was your trip? Oh, here you go. You go to your album, to your Southwest trips, and you don't show them hundreds of photos. Wait till I find it. Wait till I find it. You just click on the album Southwest trips and you show them the 20 best. Does that make sense? So if someone says, hey, show me pictures of your son, if I go to people and Santi, I might have 2,000 photos of Santi. But over here, I might have a folder that says that's the best of Santi. Does that make sense? Or I have in my real one, I have family photos where the whole group, family like us 4, my husband, my kids and I. And so I have best family photos. And when I click on that, it's always all, every now and then you'll get this awesome photo. The older they get, the harder it is because they don't want pictures anymore. Now they're getting old enough that they're beginning to not care anymore. But for a while, I couldn't take pictures of the whole group. So then I go to the family photos, and out of the bazillion photos I've taken, I'll know that under that, I'll find it'll keep growing. I might have 50 pictures in there, but whenever I want to make a Christmas card or whenever I want to send a picture to my mom, I'll just go to family photos and I'll choose one of the really good ones. I don't have to go over here and go up and down and up and down to find the best family photos. Does that make sense? So albums are for your brain's hand-picked photos, especially if you weren't here before. Remember, if you write flowers up here, that might bring up any flower photos, right? Oh, flowers. So if you're not a collector of flowers and it wasn't all about flowers, you might know, oh, look at that. The purple ones don't appear. See, these searches are good, but not perfect because the purple ones are flowers, but I guess they're too, I don't know, maybe it would have appeared under plants. I don't know. Does it appear under plants? I know. Yeah, there's one, but the others don't appear. So it's interesting. It was kind of abstract enough that in the search for plants or flowers, this, which I think is an actual flower, didn't show up, maybe because of the blur. I don't know. But anyway, just saying that you can't trust the search to be perfect. It does a good job, but it only found this one of these 3. This one didn't pop up in the search either, even though now it's telling me it's a little flower right there. Anyway, but it didn't appear in the search. So if these are important to me, I should make an album for them. Okay. So your homework for next week is to make at least 5 albums. At least 5 albums. Later, we're going to find out about whether it's worth to make folders within folders and that kind of stuff. Class is over, so I don't want to continue. Some people have to leave. I'll stay and answer questions, but just for you guys who are needing to stay behind and answer questions, Christy, I'll help you sign up. But other than that, I'm not going to teach anything new. So please go ahead and choose photos that there's no other way you could find other than your discerning brain. That's an album. Next week, I will talk about keynotes, keywords. And then you might discover that some of those albums that you're making actually aren't so necessary. And maybe you can just do keywords for those. We'll talk about the difference between keywords and albums. But for now, let's focus on making albums, either by making it and then dragging in from, 20 years of photos, or if it's a trip you just took, select them all together and then make an album, and it's easier to have them all in there already. And then we'll start next week with more album. Now, if you have a question that you want me to help you with before I help Christy sign up, then ask me now. If not, I'm going to go help her sign up. Any questions about albums? Yes, Tamara? This is a quick, before I go, quick little thing for those of you who are in your phones, which is why I'm saying Tamara or something else. All of this you can do in your phone as well. And maybe I'll, since I said I wouldn't teach anything new, over here where it says albums, now you can find all these albums over here. It says textures, family photos, making movies, recents, right? So that's where you would find the albums that we're creating. Can you make an album in here too? Yes, you can. For those of you who only have them, you can make them here. So that's what I'm going to teach next class, because otherwise I'll teach stuff that some people already had to go. All right. So Tamara?
So I'm in the process of making an online book of the 1980s. So I'm scanning photos.
Yeah.
To my PC. Can I scan directly into iCloud photos?
No, scanners only deposit their photos into albums on your hard drive. Scanners don't go to the cloud. And when you do bring those photos into the cloud, they will have the date from which you scanned them.
Right, I just saw that, so I have to adjust the date.
Because how does the computer know this photo is from 1980, 1920? It doesn't have that information. So you have to go to the date, adjust, and give it the date. Okay.
That's what I've just been doing.
All scans appear as if you did 100 scans yesterday, that's the date they will have. And then you spread them all over the 80s yourself. Yeah. So that if it matters exactly what day, if all that matters that it's datey, if all that matters is that's the 80s, then you can just grab all of them at once, adjust.
Right.
All of these are from, September, choose a date, September 10th, 1980, and they'll all go pop into 80s, and that's fine. But if each one has a specific, 80, 81, 87, then you have to fine tune and give them each their own date. Other than that, one big block of, when I do all these old photos, I figure it's around 1970, it's around 1975, because I don't remember anymore. When people in the back rows to write the time and letter on photos, if you have that, you do that. But otherwise, you kind of guess your best guess.
Okay, thank you.
But no, you have to transfer them from the scanner, then put them in the cloud. Yeah.
Okay, it's been very helpful. This class has been very helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm very curious to hear about your book now. What is 1980s, but what particular?
Yeah, it's just we've been my husband and I've been married for 45 years, and so I'm just doing a photo album for each decade of our life.
That's wonderful. Love it. Beautiful.
Thank you.
All right. So unless there's any more burning questions, you guys head to work.
I had a question.
And then Christy. Okay, yes, Elizabeth.
now you're talking about scanning the pictures. That wasn't one of my questions, but I have a whole bunch of old photos. What's the best way to get them to my computer? And my scanner, it's a, anyway, my scanner, I have to feed it through. It's part of
Yeah.
my,
So here's the thing, if you use a scanner, and these are photos that are truly like, you know,
I know you can buy.
Hold on. What I was going to say is if these are just for you to see and have and enjoy, you can use your desktop printer scanner and do fine. But if you really want
No, I would think
a
about
high
making
level
albums for
professional
I
scanner,
would think about making albums for my daughters.
yeah. So a high level professional scanner for which you're going to then put the photos up in the wall or in an exhibition, get a professional scan made. But the scanners that we have next to our computers, for the most part, unless it's a really bad scanner, it should do.
No, I have a good HP printer.
Okay, good. So then it should have a good scanner and you scan it in. The only thing, the caveat is what I said, that it'll scan in with the date of the scan. And if it's,
well, yeah, that's no big deal though.
You'll have to just adjust the date. But yeah.
So I scan it and I send it to,
you save it on it. They'll say normally scans kind of save themselves by default into the pictures folder, the one I just talked about. So then you have to grab them from the pictures folder and drag them into the cloud. But
I'll see. I don't think that's one of my choices.
Yeah, so you
actually,
can say that. Wait, hold on, Elizabeth. When you scan the first time, you do save as, choose a folder, put it in anywhere you want, tell it to scan to that one and choose a folder, direct it there, and then every scan you do will always land in there. And so you can put it in anywhere. I do want to get to Christy because I told her I held her to sign up, so I don't want to spend too much more time on questions that aren't about today's class, because then she was first. Questions about today's class, I'm happy to answer first.
Just sort of. While on the break, I looked at my pictures on my PC, which you are now on my PC, so I can't show you. And I came up with a folder. I have a lot of pictures in folders. And I clicked on a duplicate one, wasn't so good. And I deleted it. And it might not be the one I wanted to delete it. Is it gone forever?
If you deleted it from your computer and you're on a PC, I think that they have a folder called recycle, which is equivalent to our trash. You can go in and pick it up from there again. But you're talking about the PC, not from the Photos app, but from your PC. Usually you can recover things that you trashed on a PC, yeah.
All right, I'll look up.
It's called the recycle. On the Mac, we call it the trash folder. On the PC, it's called the recycle folder. So you can go find your recycle folder.
I'll look for it.
There. All right. So Christy, go ahead and share your screen.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Share your screen and I'll help you sign up for the class. I can't hear you. You're muted.
Is there a way in photos to remove duplicates?
Oh yeah. Did you miss a class or something? Because you're asking questions. Yeah.
I missed the last class. Oh, okay. Well, that's a big relief. Okay. Because I can probably Google, well, I can go, well, if I'm re-enrolled, I can look at the recordings.
So let's re-enroll you so that you can watch the recording.
Okay, let me show you. Here's my desktop.
All right.
What happened?
So we're going to open a browser, any browser.
Wait, I'm having a little panic attack here. Okay. Where did you all went away?
No, it's okay. It's just all about you. I will point you to what to do on your screen.
Here's my other question.
Yeah.
Remember that we moved pictures out of, files and folders from pictures and put them into documents.
Yeah, you did that. And
I did that. There were thousands of items, which I didn't even know existed in my computer. My question is, and as I scroll down and open some of these, oh my God, it looks to me as if every photo that somebody maybe sent me by email or by text has appeared in that folder. and there's just all kinds of random stuff. So now I have to go through thousands of items and try to remove them one by one because I don't know what they are.
Well, did you bring them into the Photos app already or not?
Well, and I think the photos are in the Photos app.
Okay.
And if I show you if I share my screen, you'll see the problem I have.
You're sharing your screen. So can you grab your Photos app, which is very, very tiny right now on the left, and stretch it out so that it becomes a bit wider? And yeah,
I thought
so that
I lost. Wait, stretch
there,
it out. It doesn't want to stretch.
Click. You have to select it, and now click on edge. Yeah. You have to wait.
See, you know I don't want all these cat photos.
Okay.
They're all, geez, they just go on and on.
All right. So
I think in working with a project at one time, you know, you're taking pictures of something that moves and you go click, 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 click.
That's true, but
so that when you go back.
Hold on, please let me speak. I can tell that you have two of each. Not only are there a ton, but you do have a duplicate each time. Each movement, each tail position, each paw position, you have twice. So you have two of each. And again, I do want you to go to what computer, what operating system do you have? Go up to the Apple and check. Is it Monterey and older, or is it?
I think it's Monterey. Okay. Monterey.
So in Monterey, there's not much you can do about it. You know how I always say you upgrade when you need it? Okay.
Right.
You would have to do it by hand, which is crazy. On the Monterey, once you upgrade to Ventura or Sonoma, there's a thing right here on the left side where it says library and all that, that says duplicates. And you in one swoop can get rid of all your duplicates.
Sorry, I don't see where you mean.
There on the sidebar. You won't have it. On the sidebar, right where you will see in a new version of iPhone, you would see that's the one big difference between Monterey and older versus Ventura and Sonoma. You see the choice of duplicates. It did not exist before. So you might need to just live with it until you can upgrade, or yeah, you have to go in and get rid of them by hand, which when there's thousands.
Okay, then quick question. If I do upgrade, and I don't know why I wouldn't, what do I lose in doing that? Is there any risk in upgrading?
Well, is a computer old? I'm sorry. These are all conversations from the Mac class. You can't upgrade past Monterey if your computer is old. So it all depends on that. Let me request remote control so I can check for a second on your computer. Did you say yes? Okay, now don't move your mouse, because I can only one mouse at a time can move, and go. I'm going over here to the Apple. It doesn't let me. Hello. It's not letting me. Can you go up to the Apple way at the top for some reason? I'm there. That moved. Okay, stop. I think it's moving now. No. Okay, you move the mouse. Go up to the Apple at the top left of the screen. I don't see your mouse. Where are you?
About this Mac?
There. Yes, about this Mac. And you're in Monterey, but can you tell me how old your computer is? Right underneath it, it says Mac something, and it says a date. It's too small. I can't read. What date?
Software update.
No,
iMac.
Yeah, there.
27-inch, late 2015.
Okay. So if it's late 2015, it's the same as mine, and no, you cannot move up to Ventura. That's where my old computer is at, and that's the the farthest you can go is Monterey. So until you buy a new computer, you won't.
Oh, I see.
And you would only buy a new computer if you need it, or if something becomes so important in the new version that it puts you over the edge. Other than that, you can live with all the duplicates for now, and then whenever you update, it's a simple press of a button.
Right. Okay, I'll do that.
All right. So here's the thing. I want you to sign up for the class now. So can you go and open your
Okay.
Chrome? I see, or you use the Chrome, it would seem. Click on that. Yeah. Okay, sign into SBCC. We're going to pipeline sbcc.edu. So do all your pipeline sign in.
Register for class.
Now go up to student
Registration.
registration. When you're sharing your screen like this, it's really slow, so I know. Okay, so now register, add, or drop classes, which I think is the third choice. Now go to the term summer 2024. Submit. On the bottom on the left of that thing, it says submit. Yeah, there we go. And just say submit, yes, yes, yes. It'll ask you again who you are, what's your choices. Just if you already made the choices once, that's good enough. Say submit and continue. If you don't need to change any of that information, it's submit or opt out. Okay, now on the bottom left, say continue. It's just when you haven't done this before, it asks you after that. Once you've done it once per semester, it doesn't ask you anymore. Okay, did you say continue? On the, yeah, okay, ready. So now see at the very, very bottom where you have all those little boxes?
Right.
Okay, click in the first one under the CRN and type in, click in the box, yeah, and type in 805, 805.
I did.
20.
And submit.
And submit changes, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, does it say, what does it say? Because
There's registration errors.
it says
CRN does not exist, 805.
Oh, you must have left it at 805. It's 80520. 80520.
20.
Yeah.
Okay.
And submit changes.
Okay.
All right. What does it say? It says something about, it's so tiny, I can't.
Oh, here's the name of the, so that's what I want.
But it looks like it's not letting you, and that's probably because I dropped you. Hold on. Shoot. What does it, can you read it to me? I can't read what it says. Can you read? It says registration.
Right here, it says
CRN.
duplicate CRN something 20
Right, because
non-credit.
at the top it says withdrawn on June 12th, because I told you I did clean it. Okay, so go over to where it says at the top where it says registered and withdrawn.
Right.
Up, move your mouse. See if you can click on the none per chance and see if you can change that. I doubt. Does it give you a choice? No. All right. So here's the problem. Since I dropped you, we need to request that you get re-enrolled. So I need to put it through the office then. I need to find your K number. I need to ask them to re-enroll you because since I dropped you, and again, why would I have dropped you if you've been present? I'm wondering if I
don't know why you dropped me because I sent you an email saying that it wouldn't be there for some reason, you know, whatever was the
Monday is
reason.
nothing. I would never drop you for Monday. What I do is I look at the records of attendance and if your name doesn't appear, then that's when I drop people. But unless you've not changed, you always had your name under you, so it should have worked. I have to drop people if they don't show up.
Right. No, I know.
But as long, if you only missed one, then that was my mistake. And I made mistakes too. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to spend some time, I'm gonna send this to Emma, because in credit, there's a person we send these things to, but for non-credit, I don't know who. But what I'm gonna do right now then is I'm just gonna give you the link to last week's class. So go to the chat, click on that link that I put in there. And that opens up the video from last week.
Chat.
I just put in a YouTube link there. I'm gonna put it in there again. Do you see
Okay,
that?
go to the chat and go to what?
Actually, stop your share, because click on that link. You should be opening then my video. This is last week's class. And the conversation about duplicates isn't really going to apply to you in the sense that you can't do that in Monterey. But I'm trying to get into the rosters, and let's see, in the drop rosters, I just want to see if it was me who dropped you or what, because it could also be an internal mistake. But if it was me, then it'll say that it was me. Let me see. Powell, non-credit withdrawn. That was not me. Because I say, it says instructor drop when it's me, and yours says non-credit withdrawn, like you withdrew. Or someone else withdrew, but it wasn't me.
I didn't withdraw. Should I
It wasn't
go
me.
out to the link?
At least that makes me feel better. Yeah, so basically I'm gonna write, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. And I'm going to email Emma right now. So Emma Cruz. Powell, 2 L's. Here's your
Yes.
screenshot. Hi, Emma. And I'm going to CC you so that you can get this too. Okay. Okay, so I just put in the an email. Your K number is 00278631. And the CRN is 80520. Living the iLife. Okay. And you've been CC'd, so you should also get it. All right, and send. Basically, I'm asking her, can she do it, or do I need to reach out to someone else to do it, or do you need to go somewhere? Anyway, so there you go. We'll try to get you back in. Meanwhile, there's the recording from last week. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
was
so
worried that
much,
I might
everyone.
have made a mistake because I did some drops, but it says instructor drop or withdrawn. Withdrawn means that you withdrew, which means maybe someone in the office, for some reason, somehow they made a mistake and withdrew you from the class. Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
You're an angel. Take
You're
care.
welcome. Bye.
Yeah.